way through because like the pavement is so old. So where everyone's been driving, there's like perfect little grooves where everyone's tires are. So those fill with water. So it's basically like, Jesus, take the wheel the whole ride through, and you're like, oh my god, this is so bad. But I have to do 80 because the other person's beating me. We can't allow that.
Testing some stuff right now. Okay. So it seems to be working now, so I fixed the problem. Just double checking on the other stuff. Yeah. Alright. I guess we'll start without Robert, and he'll be here shortly.
Robert, let's do this.
Like, God. It's like his freaking birthday or something. He's all like...
Is it really his birthday?
Yeah, this week is everyone's birthday.
Not my birthday, I feel so left out.
Well, not everyone's, just the majority. It's Sean's birthday on the 3rd, and then it's Rob's birthday today, and then it was my birthday on the 31st.
Hold on.
Oh god, I'm lagging.
It's so popular in April. What holiday is in April?
Easter.
Oh my god. So we got like a ton of Easter babies.
Everyone sees
what
all
the fuck
those
makes people horny on Easter?
I don't know. It could be like March, April.
Although, isn't ironically Easter like the pagan holiday for fertility?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, because like in my family in January, so the 2nd is my sister, the 3rd is my brother, the 16th is my dad, the 24th is my mom, and the 31st is my sister.
I know 4 people who have a birthday on December 31st. My calendar looks really weird on that day.
Gentle just asked me about dropping in real quick.
The big microphone.
I will allow it.
How was yesterday? Did everyone die?
Microphone. No, it was pretty chill. We were all sort of like getting back into the swing of things because it's been a while for that campaign.
I think I'm determined for my character to be like a shit disturber. In like the greatest way.
You mean Rekka?
Yeah, like a little too cocky. just fuck shit up.
Sounds like a plan. My character might be like that.
In like a civil sort of way, I guess.
Well, I mean, in that case.
I'm righteous in what I do, but I fuck shit up because I'm fucking freaky.
I don't want to like say too much, but my vision is essentially like Indiana Jones, played by Han Solo, but like way more of a pretentious douche.
I like it.
Yeah. So it's like he kind of has the same like motivators and stuff like that, and his journey is a lot about just making like the best story ever, but he wants to be the main character of his story. So he's gonna be like, man, like these people are perfect for me to have an adventure, and just like tag along so that he can like write all about it.
I finally figured out what happened yesterday. Remember yesterday when my Roll20 and for some reason, I don't know why, the 3 little lines on the right side of the screen were like off screen ever so slightly, so I didn't see where the fuck they were to get them back.
Mm.
Yeah, it just happened now, and then I found it. I'm proud.
Yeah, it sort of hides like under the scroll bar, kind of.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh.
Someone
Oh,
join?
wow.
Yeah, that sounds like a joke.
It's just me. Nobody important.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's offensive.
We all thought it was Rob, but no.
No, it's just me. I'm sorry if I've ruined hopes.
It's okay, you said it, not me.
Silly, gentle. We don't have hopes to begin with.
Oh, so...
Calvin made sure to shoot that shit down.
That's not true.
Yeah, what the hell is that about? You're like, people are gonna die. And you're just like...
We haven't even had a session yet.
I just drew
He's just trying to
everybody.
scare us.
No, I
He
just...
just he wants to feel in control. He's one of those DMs.
Yeah.
Yep. Fawn, this
that's
is why
right.
you don't get miniatures and you don't draw pictures, because then a character dies and then you gotta
like
do
it
it all
though.
over again.
Yeah, but then the morbid me can draw them dying.
Oh, well, that could be cool. You should, you know, that's probably a niche market that you could make a lot of money off of.
Probably. How do you
Drawing people's
memorialize
dead
your
Yes,
characters.
please tell me how your character died, and I will make it real for you.
You can put it up on a wall.
Just make it hurt all over again.
Yes. Tell me,
Yeah.
how can I characterize and bring to life your pain? Please.
Could you imagine
That's all I
like a
live for.
player having it on their wall, and so they just like play the safest, like everyday normal characters because they keep looking at the wall, and they're like, "I can't go adventuring, I might die."
You know, I knew a guy that actually tattooed the faces of all his previous D&D characters on his back.
Holy
That's
shit!
kind of cool.
Yeah, but he did it on its back so he wouldn't have to look at it.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I never thought about that. I don't really look at my back either.
Especially if
You're
he was
missing out.
hairy. Because then you just
You
tattoo
don't?
it, then the hair grows, then you never see it.
That's
No,
just
he
the
wasn't
beards.
hairy. He was just tall. He was 6'8".
All right, yeah, Rob's just finishing up some family stuff. So, just a heads up, you guys probably saw it because I spammed the shit out of D&D 1, but there's like a little map that's poorly drawn, and I'm blaming it on the fact that Davos drew the map. Because I did a 15-hour day, and I'm like, you know what, I should do some work for you guys. And I drew the map, and it was like, you know when you're a kid and you write, and then you're trying to fit more onto the line on the right side of the page, but you're
When
running
you
out
like
of room?
curve it.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened to the map. So like, you can see there's some parts that are kind of squished towards the right side of the map. But that's like a general, like, non-scale representation.
You know who you
of
should
what I
ask to
gave you.
do maps, Frosty, is you should ask Thornan to do it. That's what she has her degree in.
Oh shit!
Really?
Yes, she's a GIS specialist, data management and cartography.
Holy shit!
So,
Yeah.
That's really cool.
So if you want like a scaled actual map, like she has all the programs and like she just did a
Jesus
map.
Christ.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So what's your excuse for that janky ass potato map that you sent us for the other campaign?
Maybe
Because
he respects. Maybe he just really respected her time.
pretty
Yeah.
much because
It's all
Pretty-
about respect, man.
yeah. Honestly though, she has promised to make them for my birthday, and I was like, "Are you sure?" She's like, "I'll figure them out."
Let's see
Aww.
here. Ikran, I don't want you to be left out. Here's what I'm talking about.
Oh Jesus.
Oh wow, so beautiful. Oh, my
I love that
God.
I love it like there's so much stuff there, but it's
Yeah.
like
Oh, it's
I can't,
garbage.
I can't read that.
To be fair, that there seems to be some inspiration from the actual maps that there are in the Lord of the Rings that look a lot. A
Yeah,
little bit
they,
of
like, try to look
Zelda-ish
hand-drawn.
with the wind towards
Hmm.
the freeze, I think. The
It's just the freeze,
they're
yep.
called.
The freezer.
The fridge.
The fridge, yeah. No, I like the map though. I mean, you're saying potato map. I would say potato premium.
Oh, that's nice of you. But like, I
Nice
showed it to her,
description.
and she's like, "Oh, cool. What's the scale? How big is the continent?" I'm like, "Big."
I don't have those.
Yeah.
She did the math and found out that it's something like I'd have to find my notebook. She's like, "Yeah, this is probably like 6,500 miles across, which means the scale is." I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What does
Is that
any
like
of that
Asia
mean?"
size?
That was.
See, I wouldn't have said that. I would have said that the continent, the size of it is approximately letter size.
Yeah, because I that was the first thing I
It's
thought.
about
of
8.5 by
Chainsaw.
11.
As soon as you offered, you're like, yeah, she could do like scale maps and everything, and I'm like, oh god, I need to start thinking about this shit. Because I'm
That's
like,
okay.
I'm
Calvin, I
going
can't
by
draw your
time
character.
travel. Yeah. Well, we'll figure that out. But like, I'm going by time traveled, like how long it takes to go through certain areas. And so like some parts are just like, yeah, it's like really thick forests, and it's about like like 2-3 days journey, depending on tempo. And then like if someone was like, yeah, but like how far is that in kilometers? It'd be like,
But you could work backwards, right? Like you could try to find out how fast a carriage or whatever would go on like a whatever thing, and then figure out how big it is. And then if you got a scale map, you could just look at it and be like, oh, that...
It's like super metric. Keep cutting out.
A horse, and then imagine how long do you want a horse to take to get across your world?
Yeah.
Or a camel. I mean, it depends. Whatever works for you.
I mean, that depends how south they go.
Wheelbarrows don't move on their own.
No, but you. No, but that's
You're the only wheelbarrow that moves on its own because your last name is Wheelbarrow. And actually, you do move pretty fast because you have like 45.
He's a
But it's
dwarf
like a
that's
horse.
faster than all of you.
It's like a horse. You have to direct it where you want to go. It's exactly the same thing.
Wait,
Can
so
you sit on it and it will just go
members-
down the road?
And also,
Party
if
members
there's
are technically like
downslope-
horses.
If there's a downslope, you can
I mean,
also
druids
be
are.
on your wheelbarrow and it will just go down the slope. It's great.
No, it won't. That's not how wheelbarrows work. They have
You don't
one
know
wheel
about
on the
my
front, and then you
wheelbarrow?
have 2 little feet on the back.
It's
not a
because
wagon.
You don't have the 2 wheels upgrade for your wheelbarrow. I'm sorry if your
So-
wheelbarrow is not premium.
What you're telling me is that you've got a bucket seat tricycle?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, there are some that operate like that, like in real life.
Those are not
Listen,
wheelbarrows
you have
stuff.
not had any redneck fun until you've ridden a wheelbarrow down a hill and died.
That's not a wheelbarrow.
And died. Must
Does
die.
a red wagon count?
A utility
That's different.
wagon.
If it's a wagon, go right ahead.
What's the difference between a wagon and a wheelbarrow?
Wheels.
The number of wheels.
Yeah.
Wheels.
How many wheels does a wheelbarrow have?
1.
It's supposed to
You know what?
have one, but it can
One wheel.
So then, what do you call the wheelbarrows that have 3 wheels?
A tri-barrow.
A cart?
It's-
I don't know.
No, it's
Okay,
a
hold on.
wheelbarrow.
A yard
That's
cart?
appropriate. A
People.
cart. I would agree with you. It's called
Yeah.
a cart.
I want everyone to open up Google Images and type in wheelbarrow,
Yeah, it's.
and I will concede that some wheelbarrows have 2 wheels and 1 foot in the back instead of 1 wheel at the front and 2 feet in the back.
Okay,
However,
yeah.
they don't. If you just set it on a slope, it will not roll.
Yep. By the design of these wheelbarrows, they would not roll.
Except if
Well,
you
they're
have the
supposed to
upgrade.
not roll.
If you have the upgrade, fine. If you got the premium package,
Caradoc specifically got this like licensed and done by a couple of gnome
Yep.
tinkers,
Yep.
which makes it.
do you have a
extra
license plate on it? Do you have a vanity plate?
Costs extra.
Oh, Rob, god damn it.
It's his birthday. He's with his family right now.
Typical.
Typical families. Always taking friends away.
One last time.
Alright. I think we'll just start it, and then he'll come in, and then we'll be like, hey, this is what we're doing. And he'll be like, okay.
Okay. Good luck, everyone. Have fun.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
Goodbye, friendo.
Oh yeah, we got some shit identified.
Yeah, so I'm gonna run through you guys real quick.
cool, okay.
You ready? You have notes probably, Sean, so you can like just
Shitty ones, yeah.
go. Yeah. So essentially, you guys like woke up, and you came off of an adventure where you met Ariel, and you guys fought a giant for your wolf. And you and him are kind of establishing a bond. And while you're establishing the bond, you went out and noticed a kind of weird blur on the horizon that was really, really big and dark. And you came back after your little trip, and Zenkor was like basically reading this whole time. and learning about kind of the history and everything. And then you had Ariel, who made her first gold. She made a whole, I think you made a whole 10 gold for
I did, a whole
day's
10.
work, which is pretty good. Like, that's pretty solid deal right there.
That's pretty good considering I've never really had a job.
Yeah. And, like, the guy paid pretty well, like, ridiculously well, so that was pretty awesome. And then, Caradoc ended up going to a gem cutter, and, kind of like more so a buyer and trader, just to get some appraised and to make a deal. And so you did that, and then you guys ended up going magic item shopping and stuff. Zenkor ended up buying a alchemy jug, so he can make unlimited mayonnaise, pretty much. And then you guys ended up having Varen cook in the kitchen with his pan, and so that's what he's doing right now. And
Sorry.
No, it's all good. And so then you essentially came into the next campaign, which is you had a couple of items that you were using that weren't fully identified, and some items that you couldn't use because you didn't really know how. The main one being the Tear, which is a sword that Zenkor had found in the Eldham crypts. And so you guys visited an old man whose wife was in the back, and he seemed pretty sweet and everything, and he identified your items for you for pretty cheap. And you guys ended up thinking about how best to deal with the bandit situation.
Hola.
And hey, happy birthday. So you guys were thinking about the bandit situation while you're getting your items repaired, and Ariel suggested poison. And
Yeah, I did. And you guys all seem slightly shocked by that.
Oh, what, the poison?
It is a very good idea. I think we just weren't quite prepared for this, like, innocent, sort of naive mermaid lady to be like, let's poison them all. There's poison in the water hole.
Kill them all. The leprechaun
right,
tells
Ralph.
me to burn things.
Burn the house down. Burn the house.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys were talking about it, and he mentioned that in one of the ruins south, there's rumors that like it's there's a specific type of plant that you shouldn't touch with your hands. You shouldn't touch it with like your skin to contact, but it is pretty potent, and there's a crap ton of it. He didn't specify which one because he didn't necessarily know. He knows that there's a decent number of ruins in the south because the further north you get in Eldham, the more civilized it gets. And the more south you get, the more kind of historical bullshit you get. You guys kind of ran into a little bit of that with the Eldham Wood as you guys traveled down. And so you guys were thinking about that, and then you guys decided to go to a town council meeting, expecting something really fun and exciting, and to learn a little bit. And you realized that it was literally pretty much like a staff meeting, and everyone's like, "Why did we come here?" So people were talking about how the blur that Varen had noticed earlier was actually approaching army. And they're the army from Adris, which Moore had separated from and has had some rough relationships with since. And so a lot of people are anxious about that, and Davos and he basically, Davos and Orin suggested that they were going to go and meet with the army as two of them as diplomats. You guys offered to go in their place, but they said probably not a good idea, just because like we want to make sure that we have representatives that know the whole situation and are very well versed and stuff like that, and we don't want to like send too many people or look too like, I don't know, forward. And they thought that it would probably be best for you guys to think of a plan to deal with the bandits if you're interested in dealing with the bandits. Davos mentioned that there are 3 major ruins that are in the south of Eldham. The Elcid ruins, Zithra, and I believe it's Rai Al Ghul.
Bye.
And
You're back. Okay.
Sorry, yeah, the connection cuts.
Yeah,
every once in a while.
you switch up for a second.
Yeah, so the Elcid Ruins, Zithra, and I believe it's Rai Al Ghul, I think. I'll double check it. And you get the map here that I posted on the Discord. That's kind of a rough map done by Davos. He's no expert like Zenkor is, but Zenkor decides to use it, and you I assumed that you guys mark in all the spots that you've been to and you understand. So if you look at the Discord at the map, you'll see that all the places that you've ventured to are now marked in as well, and you can see different pathways that lead to different places and possible ways to get to wherever you want to go first. And that's essentially that. Like, we ended it off at the end of the town meeting. You guys got the map from Davos and you guys kind of like walked out, and they continued their meeting. So you're now outside the council center. It's about 6 in the afternoon. Actually, no, it's about like 3 or 4 in the afternoon because it was a pretty early meeting. So, what do you guys want to do?
According to my notes, we had decided to go to some ruins.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have any more detail than that. Or no, ruins
okay.
to the south.
Yeah, that's what I just mentioned.
Are we pursuing the poison?
Are those the ruins that we heard had poison?
One of them does. You don't know which one. The old man has not been there himself, and he doesn't know how many are down there. He just knows there's ruins to the south have some plants.
My druid myth might be able to locate them once we're there.
Yeah. You might be able to tell what's up. And you guys might even be able to see them. He mentioned that wherever they do grow, they grow like plentifully, like almost like a weed.
Is this the thing on the path to the Eldham Wood that's on this map here?
Sorry?
There's a little box that I think says ruins next to it on this map.
Okay, so the box that says ruins is the ruins that you found. So if you look on the right side, you see the box that says Eldham Wood, and there's like a little dead tree. On the right of it and on the left of it, you see a really faint circle that goes all around the Bandit Cave, a little bit south of Mora, goes by the mountains.
Oh, yeah.
That's the actual forest. The box was just to like kind of be a title box. So this is that whole area is the Eldham Wood. It's just shaped wrong because I was running out of room. And so you have the plains there, you have the ruins,
something
cooled.
Oh, thank you for flipping that thing. I was literally had my head sideways looking at it.
So it still has the plains, it has the pool, it has the ruins that you guys visited. The dead tree, I've made a joke because you guys literally burned it to the ground.
What do you mean we? You mean me?
Yeah. And then say. So it's not to scale, and it also is a bit squished and lopsided because Eldham Wood needed to be bigger and a lot more horizontal. But fuck it. This is just a basic layout so then you guys can see what Davos is trying to say for like travel routes. The really thick lines are paths, like actual roads that you can take.
Okay.
And you.
So someone told us that we can go south to find some ruins, and we might find some of this moss there.
Yeah, and then.
Do we know whether we need to head into the forest or the other way?
You need to head the other way.
Okay.
So you were told, like, this is not part of the last session, but I'm adding it here and just making it canon. You were told that the you might want to write these down, but the Elcid ruins, ELSID, the Zithra ruins, that's ZYTHA, and then I'm going to quickly look up the actual name of the other ruins so we don't all have different notes like the one time. And then Rygaldur ruins, which is, I'm just gonna type it for you, but it's some old ass shit because people don't speak like that anymore. So there you go. So these 3 ruins are ruins that Davos knows of throughout his divination and like search for knowledge, because divination is all about the pursuit of knowledge through arcane means, and he knows that of it, like a faint history of each of these existing. They are in the southern part of Eldham. They're actually 2 of them are close to the border, and like I said, the further south you go, the less under control they are by Adris's former government before it kind of started to collapse with all these independent nations. So just bear that in mind. Is there any other questions? Because I know it's been a few weeks, so like we can just like recap and have a little like talk session. Is everyone good? Everyone's really quiet. Oh, that's why. 1 second. Okay, I'm here now.
There, can you hear us now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Were there any questions that I was missing after I asked if there were any questions?
No, I said we're thinking.
I think we were just collecting ourselves. Okay. So I guess we should go start exploring those, right?
If you want to.
In some way.
Are all the southern rooms relatively closed?
Relatively closed or relatively close?
Close.
They're a few days away, and some of them enter areas that are not controlled. They're kind of like left wild, just like the Eldham Wood was. There's 2 paths to get to the south towards Whitemount, which are the furthest south path to get to the Unsari wetlands, which is kind of, the Unsari wetlands came long after the path was formed, and from what you've been able to gather, it's kind of like it's just been run by other things that haven't been under the Empire's control for a long time. So it's going to be like the Eldham Wood, where it's its own subsystem, and ecosystem, and it's going to have possible dangers, you assume, because nothing comes easy. The other path, because Varen has seen it himself, the other path and everywhere beside it is currently occupied by a gigantic army. So like you can go that way, but you just have to be aware that you're going to be walking towards the Idris army. So either way, there is potential obstacles or potential like things that you guys are going to have to think about. But you got to remember that this also is a sandbox, and that there's other things that you guys have that have been brought up in previous sessions. You know that recently farmers of the sea, fishermen, they have recently found a underwater cave that is directly under where the bandit camp is. The bandit camp is a little bit of a mini peninsula on top of a large mountain, and so their back end is completely cliff based that lead down into the sea, and under that cliff face they found a underwater cave, but the farmers haven't been able to really explore it, and they don't really want to. It's a bit dangerous. People are curious about that. There's also, potential of dealing with the bandits if you wanted to, but you guys were mentioning. 1 second, I might be.
Well, I got some mermaid power to make everyone breathe underwater for 24 hours, if that's what we want.
And you guys mentioned that you probably don't want to deal with the bandits head on right away, so you still have that option. But
yeah, I think we want some prep time. We want to try to get some poison, or try to find a way to like blow up the cave and maybe cave in our little camp or something like.
TNT.
Be a little bit more clever about it.
I know the last time, because I mentioned the ever so shocking idea of poison, and then there was the option of blowing up. So the poisoning the well, waiting for that to work, and then blowing them up was an option that I had suggested, instead of like putting them all on guard and then trying to poison them.
Mm-hmm. So I think that's why I think our plan is to go explore some of these ruins and see if we can find some of that some of that poison shit.
Okay, so as Zenkor and Baron are the most probably adept at looking at the map and kind of gauging information, I need both of you to make just like a
Make a what?
maybe like a intelligence roll, just like straight intelligence check.
Can I make a
Well, it's gonna
charisma
be
check?
it's gonna be negative. I'm just saying.
Negative?
It's just Baron and yes.
No, because you're not rolling. It's the two smart guy.
What?
Cool.
Oh, shit.
10 and 4. Ooh, you shouldn't have said that first. Okay. So the map is really awkward for Zenkor to work with, and Varen, you're kind of like really frustrated about it in general because like you see areas that are just like, yeah, these are wetlands, and you're like, okay, cool, what's in them? Like you're not used to like vague
There's no
maps
landmarks
like this, yeah, and so it's just kind of frustrating. So as far as Zenkor, what you can probably guess is that one of the ruins he mentioned is Elcid, and there is a lake Elcid, and that's the closest thing compared to any of the other markings. You also notice that Rhaegal is not marked at all. The only thing that's not really named is that there's probably some ruins in that southern right mountain somewhere, and that's like a vague indicator, but you don't really know. So the closest one is probably Elcid, and so it's either like an island on the lake or it's around near the lake. You're just like assuming as much. Like if you're to look for an Elcid ruins, it's probably near and or on the lake. Alright, so is there any preparations that you guys want to do?
I'm going to.
The four of you are kind of gathered around the map right now, outside of the town square, right beside the bounty board.
I'm absolutely going to clean my wheelbarrow because I haven't done it for a very long time, and it's kind of filthy because we've transported some dead bodies in it. Like, yeah, so I have to clean it.
Speaking of, in case anyone forgot, dead body no longer dead.
Yeah. But it was dead when we transported it, so I'm like.
Yeah, I just thought it was something that happened in one of our latest sessions, so I just want to make sure that everyone remembered that. So that was a few weeks back.
I want to try to find like a tanner or something maybe.
Okay.
Because I have some of this Displacer Beast hide in my pack from like a million years ago, and I want to see if I can find someone who can like turn that into anything really.
Do something with it.
Cool. Yeah. So either make an investigation or make a. I really wish I had my board out actually, because it tells me all the skills. 1 second. I'm gonna bring up my character sheet. So
Well, my spells are all set up, so that's. Okay.
If you're not planning on talking to anyone, investigation, make that roll. Otherwise, I would probably make a persuasion roll to see if you're asking for directions. See if you can find a place.
I will talk to people. I will ask people. I will roll a. You said persuasion?
Yeah. Yeah, if you're talking to people, getting them on the good side, getting them.
19.
Perfect. Alright, so people seem pretty friendly, and a few of them recognize you. You get the most out of guards just because they're less scared of Fenthras. And you kind of have a tanner's. It's a man who's kind of a tanner as well as a leather worker. He enjoys working with like hides and kind of like he's very versatile. He's closer to the port, and he's just known as the Smokestacks. It's what the building is called. And so yeah, they said that you can find him on at the Smokestacks on the main street near the port. And so you head on down, and you see it, like, there's a ton of smoke coming out of it, appropriately named, out of the back. And it's a tall floor building, and you can see like different chimneys coming out of different parts, and you can see like smoke coming out of each one. And you see him actually outside right now. He's just kind of cleaning some hide that he recently has. It's a tall human guy just right outside the store. Kind of has like a long scar on his left arm, and messy long brown hair, and he's just like this human just cleaning hide.
Okay, I'll walk up to him.
Okay. He's looking away from you, so you're probably not. You're gonna have to probably start a conversation here.
I'll be like, hey, hello.
Oh yeah. How's it going? I'm just. Do you need something done?
Yeah. I was wondering if you can help me with this. And I'm gonna pull the Displacer Beast hide out and show it to him. It's a little bit unusual.
Yeah, no, that's some nice stuff. Where did you get this?
The skin was all like shimmery or something, right? Like,
yeah, it's as you're moving it, it kind of is hard to keep
like
your eyes
pearlescent or something.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
It's almost like a reverb, but visually. So it's like making a displacer effect. Hence
yeah.
That's cool as fuck.
I fought some. Well, my crew and I fought some pretty nasty beasts in the forest a little while back, and I was able to scavenge some of this off of one of them that we took down because it seemed pretty useful. But I myself don't know how to tan or prepare hide or leather or anything like that. Do you think you could make anything out of this?
You mean to tell me that you guys took out that bounty?
The
one
a
on the
bounty?
board. Yeah. The displacer beasts on the board. You guys actually went out and fucking killed those things.
I guess by accident,
Holy
yeah.
Shit. He's like, he puts his hands out, like, and looking at you, like, hoping, like, do you mind? Like, sort of gesture.
What? Oh, like he wants the.
Yeah, he just wants.
Oh yeah, I'll hand it
Let's
over.
go get
Yeah.
the bounty.
He's looking at it, and he's just like rubbing it. The actual like, the inside is a bit coarse, but the actual like fur aspect is extremely soft, running it along the one side. But as soon as you go against the hair, it's actually like very prickly, and he's just like,
Okay.
he's moving his hand alongside it to the soft part, and he like lightly moves his thumb up to kind of gauge the prickles and stuff, and he's just like, oh fuck me, oh this is some cool stuff.
Lost you.
He's like, what?
He's just,
Yeah, and he's like
Speechless.
nothing.
this is some cool stuff. I can't guarantee you any promise, like I can't promise anything. I've never worked with anything like this, and it does seem to be pretty. It's relatively thin. Even a slightest mistake could probably ruin a lot of the hide.
I mean, I'd love if you'd take a stab at it. How much material do you think we could get out of this?
I could maybe make a shirt if I did it perfectly.
What about like a
Cloak would probably be the
a cloak
safest.
or something like that?
Yeah, no, cloak would probably be the safest, to be honest with you. Best bang for your buck. That gives me a little bit of chance to work with it too. If I screw up a little bit, hide this fine is really hard to work with, And
Yeah.
so if
you
we
can have some rough edges on the cloak. That's not a big deal.
Yeah, I just wanted to warn you, because if you wanted to do a shirt and I mess up, you're going to have tears in that shirt.
Crop top.
Yeah. You know, whatever you like. But just wanted to let
do
you
you
know.
need the hide to prove that you killed the bounty?
Probably, unless you have any other proof.
Pretty sure we already turned that in, didn't we?
I don't think we even picked up the Displacer Beast bounty because we were just delivering that carriage.
You guys have not looked at the bounty board at all.
Oh. Nah.
Did anyone else pick up any kind of like sort of trophy, I guess, from that fight? I don't really know
From
what
that
else.
fight.
Yeah.
I know you skinned the Displacer Beast.
Yeah.
It actually, as the DM, I've been sitting here for weeks, like, I wonder if he's ever gonna, like, look at this or do anything with this. And, like, you guys keep passing by the bounty board, I'm like, alright, well, you know, maybe one day.
I keep on, like, we'll be out adventuring or something, and I'll be looking through my inventory, and I'm like, oh yeah, Displacer Beast side, I should do something with that. Okay,
I mean, I think having a cloak with Displacer Beast is pretty good evidence.
I think I'll grab the hide back. We'll go run over to the town hall or whatever, and I'll show them the hide and be like, "Look, we did it. Money, please. Get that."
So you cut off for a moment. Every once in a while it cuts. Oh.
Do his thing. Did you hear anything that I said?
You said something for a few weeks, come back, and then you cut out.
Basically, grab the hide, go to town hall, get paid, bring the hide back, and leave it with this guy while we go off and do whatever. Because I'm assuming, I don't know, tanning leather, I think that actually takes like a couple weeks or something, or at least a couple days.
Yeah, actually consulting with him, it's going to take quite a while, because this is not just like having something assigned to someone, which you guys actually can look up if you ever want to in the player handbook. There's actually like an amount that it takes, like a process. You guys can do it yourselves too if you ever want to pick up a craft, but it will take him a while just for regular hide and leather. But this is something that's very fine and considered in a way magical, and so he's going to be able to do it properly. He's going to probably take a few weeks.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take it back from him. Blah blah blah. The stuff I said.
Okay, so
we head to town hall.
You go back to town hall and you go to the bounty board and you find that there's actually like a small, like little separate entrance into the town center that they kind of changed from almost like a confessions kind of area, you would think, from a church. They've kind of changed that, hollowed it out to like a mini office, and you just come in and there's this old lady with like just complete curled, like grayish white hair that's just like in a huge mess all over the place, in a purple robe, and she's got all her books out and everything. You can see a lot of people in front of you. It's actually like a long lineup, and a couple of them have like bear claws, and they're like, yeah, we just fought an owl bear, like I thought you guys had that on there. And like a lot of people, you realize, especially Varen, like, and Ariel, they're like trying to fudge like random assortments of like animal teeth and like other limbs to be greater creatures than they are. And this lady seems to be pretty astute in denying a lot of them and just hates her job right now. It's just written all over her face. And so when you guys finally come up, she gives you the money. It's a pretty quick process, but it starts out unpleasant. She's just like looks up at you, super skeptical, and once you bring out the hide, it speaks for itself. And Varen, because you're the one that brought it to her, you just got paid 400 gold for for eliminating a pack of Displacer Beasts.
Okay, I'll split that with Zenkor and Caradoc.
Cool.
Oh,
that seems reasonable. I will take.
And then, oh shit, you probably cut out again. Fuck. Okay, we're good.
I don't know a good way to divide that.
Yeah, it's like
Here, give it to
But
me. I'll
we're-
do it.
But where I get more than the other two, I'll take 150. You guys take 125.
Okay.
No, that doesn't add up at all.
No, then you have 100 gold randomly.
Yeah,
I'll-
that's okay. There's a random person.
Yeah, that's okay.
Wouldn't it be 175 and 150? Ooh, no.
Charity.
You
I'm
could
having,
do-
I'm having
you-
a real hard time
You
right
could
now.
do, you could do no, Sean. You could do 175 for you, 150 for each of them, and then just give her 25 gold, so then you don't have an aneurysm.
Wait. Did you say 300 or 400?
It's 400. It's 400 gold. So we're gonna do one. I'm just gonna write this out.
Ariel's just
Yeah.
gonna be like just
So if you
mesmerized watching you guys try to figure this out.
I
So
just
if
broke
you take
the math nerd.
175 gold, then me and Caradoc would both get 112 gold and 5 silver.
This is 3. No, this doesn't work at all. This is way wrong.
Here, you take 175, and then me and Caradoc both get 112 gold each plus 5 silver.
Fine.
I broke
Fine.
the math nerd.
Fine. I wasn't ready for this today. Okay, you guys get 112.
And 5 silver.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm gonna add 175.
Okay.
Oh, I can't deal with this.
Sean's saying Baron forevermore never claims the bounty. In just pure fear of awkward numbers.
Listen, I don't do math. I make computers do math. Wait, that's 300.
All right, no, that's sorry, that's 400. I don't know how to math.
Yeah. Oh my god, I'm so done with this.
There.
Okay.
There.
Now we go back to the guy.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Okay, so you go back, you drop it off. He wants about 125 gold straight up. This is considered like a long work in progress, as so it's dividing up a lot of his time, and it's also to a pretty fair extent it's going to be considered a magic item when it's done, even though he doesn't necessarily have to do any enchanting. So it's going to be an expensive process, and he warns you about it. But yeah, the 125 gold straight up at least guarantees that if anything goes wrong and he spent all that time, that it's not going to go to waste for him. But also, it allows him to work on it as long as possible for you. And it is going to take a few weeks. Oh, shit. Alright.
Am I gonna have to pay him more like later?
Yeah.
Like once it's actually done?
Based off of the actual cost of materials and how much effort it actually took and how long it actually took and stuff like that. But
Okay, so I'm paying him 125 right now.
Yeah, this is a price where he can make a living, and then that's deducted from the total price of whatever it ends up becoming.
So a deposit.
Cool.
Yeah.
So
He
I
just
have
needs
now
to make sure he
deducted
makes
that.
it. Yeah. He needs to make sure that he gets a living out of this.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
Alright, so yeah, just for brevity's sakes, we just like talk about
Yeah,
that.
I didn't want to. It didn't seem necessary to like RP every little bit of that.
Alright, so anything else that you want to do? Or anyone else want to do?
No, I'm good.
You guys have some extra gold now as well. Zincor has his alchemy jug that you got from your earnings lately. Is there any like potions, remedies, items, adventuring supplies, like items that need to be identified, anything that you guys want to have people start working on for you, anything like that? If so, it would probably be a good idea if you guys are traveling a long distance to do now, because according to this map, the only other civilized areas past Mora on your way down is Whitemount or traveling way off in going to Adris or say? So anything that you need to do in a civilized area should be done now.
Varen's pretty confident just like traveling. Because food's pretty easy to come by.
Well, as far as provisions go, I can actually create water and food.
Okay. Alright, so you guys don't want anything else?
No, I think we already did like 2 sort of shopping episodes.
Yeah,
I think we're okay.
I'm just giving you the final call.
Oh my god.
Yeah. We have as much mayonnaise as we could ever possibly want. Well, not as much necessarily, but I mean more than enough.
Oh, my mind just went to the gutter. That was gross.
Okay. Just a heads up, by the way. As far as I'm aware, with the alchemy jug, Rob, if you summon specific things, they don't like stay forever. Because they're conjured by magic, they don't last forever. They have like an expiration date.
What do you mean? I couldn't over the course of a month like fill a swimming pool with water?
As far as I'm aware.
Well, I mean, the water doesn't go bad. It's water.
Yeah, but I'm saying what keeps it to this plane, right? So like it's actually conjuring something from something else. It's not just creating water in your pot.
Yeah, no, it's turning something else into water. It's a complete transformation. Because if I were to then drink that water, the water's not going to disappear from inside of me.
Will it? This is the question I'm asking.
Everyone gets quiet.
1 second. I'm just double checking this because conjuration gets.
Because I don't know. That feels important.
No,
like
I guess that's fair. Yeah. You're fine. You're fine. I
think that's why they put the volume limit on it is to stop you from just like breaking the world.
Yeah.
Okay. So we can get what like a liter of mayonnaise a day.
Stockpiling up.
Go start cranking that out.
If you guys want to siege the bandit cave or the bandit camp next year, you can do half an ounce of basic poison every single day.
Every single day.
That's not bad.
Because I mean, the poison won't go bad. You just got to keep it safe. So you don't accidentally poison yourself.
If poison goes bad, is it just like extra
medicine?
Yeah, more effective.
Can we make a hair metal band and make a song called Bad Poison? Instead of bad medicine.
Expired poison? Fermented poison?
Your love is like bad basic poison. Rolls off the tongue. Alright, so what are you guys doing? This is your adventure.
Let's get the fuck out of here, right?
Yeah, let's go to where are we going?
Hell yeah.
Lake Placid.
Yeah.
No, that was the Screech Owls. No, we're going to Lake Elcid.
Okay.
Yay!
Did anybody?
And we're all gonna ride Caradoc's wheelbarrow.
That's not all we're gonna ride.
Except for Caradoc.
Caradoc's shoulders.
That's what I was thinking when everyone was talking about like a wheelbarrow would have like a speed based off of what people can carry.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, so like Caradoc has a speed based off of, like a riding speed based off of carrying a teammate.
If it's a slope down, I'm adding 10 feet per move. Just saying.
That could be disastrous towards the end.
The momentum of the weight.
I'm a barbarian. I'm taking the risk.
So you can see there is a storm coming, or like a rain. It's gonna rain. You can see the clouds as start to dark up the area, and it's about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And you guys start heading out, and you know the basic area well enough now as you guys travel north. Oh fuck, that always fucks with me. So you guys are traveling south.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
I keep forgetting whether or not it's the topography that's north-south or if it's the actual maps that I'm drawing. But it's the topography that's backwards. Anyway, so you guys are traveling south through the South Acres, and you guys are going past the church. And you now, instead of taking the path that you guys usually go, that goes like kind of curves around the hill that's leads to the uphill path that goes to the church. You guys are going the opposite direction now for the first time. And it kind of curves around the forest that you guys went through to do your little Fenthras montage, as well as to do the to find the mine and the logging camp. And after about an hour or an hour and a half of travel, you guys end up getting to the split in the road that was on the map. And you can see in the very, very, very distance, like the very edge of the horizon, as it starts to drip a little bit as the rain just slowly starts to try to come. You can see just like the smokestacks of just several fires in the distance, like small little fires. And you can just see like massive, massive amounts of people.
Neat. Let's not go that way.
So you guys are going to be traveling the south path towards the wetlands.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Okay.
sounds like my type of land.
All right.
It's okay, it's my type of land too.
Call it the moist lands.
Wait, are you guys saying land ho? Anyway, you guys are going south, and it takes another like good hour. And as you guys are traveling, it starts raining pretty steadily. It's not any dew storm yet, and you guys have a pretty eventless travel. Are you guys doing anything specific? It's just you guys, the four of you, in a wheelbarrow that's now clean and now extra clean because of rain.
And a wolf.
That's true. He's now getting wet.
He's
he
cool.
doesn't really care.
He's used to it.
Yeah. And you guys are traveling across fields right now, and you can see in the distant horizon, because it's completely clear. I want you guys to make a perception check. And you guys are approaching.
Perception is.
Should be under the wisdom, and then you'll see perception. Ooh, 3.
Ooh!
We got 3.
I hate
I wanna-
today.
I want to remind you that as a ranger, even if we're traveling for a long time like we are, I remain alert to danger, if that's relevant.
Okay. Also, is there any
I'm the most
indication there
perceptive here.
about magical land?
Can you
Magical
repeat
land?
that?
Yeah.
What?
For Baron's abilities. Because yeah, I know you
magical?
can't. Yeah, so there's certain things like you can't get lost except for magical means.
Oh yeah, so we can't get lost. Difficult terrain won't slow our travel. Blah blah blah. Foraging, tracking people, blah blah blah.
So I was gonna talk to you about this before during like the 6:30 to 7 part, but we kind of came in late and got distracted. But if you, for example, go to specific areas that are heavily laced in magic, say like the Eldham, like parts of the Eldham wood, if it was working against you, you would lose some of these benefits.
Right, my group cannot become lost except by magical means.
I'm also,
yeah, that's different.
I'm also homebrewing this a little bit just to be a little bit fair, and to make more interactive adventures. Also some of those stats may be affected by magic as well that you get.
Sure.
Some of the buffs. So for example, when you're dealing with the druid that was in the dead tree, there are things that would cause problems, like difficult terrain. You wouldn't really have any ability to navigate moving vines and stuff, you know what I mean?
Actively
Like,
malicious terrain.
exactly, yeah. So there are going to be areas in this world that those things don't apply. I just don't want you to feel ripped off when it does happen.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Cool.
Yeah.
Alright, so everyone rolled, and we got Zenkor with a big 3. We got Ariel with the 7. We got Varen with the 13. And Caradoc with the 14.
I'm fucking walking with blind people. It's great.
Well, you also have the aspect of the eagle or some shit with your barbarian.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm a
just
ranger. I'm
amazing.
supposed to be good at this.
He has a very unfair advantage on you, though, Sean. Like he
His
has,
eagle eyes.
Yeah, he specifically has eagle eyes now.
Yeah, I guess I did used to use my little dragon buddy.
Yeah.
To sort of. Yeah.
Okay, so Varen and Caradoc. Caradoc, you see this a little bit clearer, but it's not really substantial. You guys see in the very far distance of the horizon, the terrain's starting to change slightly. Starting to go downhill, so it kind of like crests, and then there's a little like bank of fog, but it's like an approaching, like it's not approaching you, you're slowly approaching it as it's raining.
Sorry, can you repeat like the first part? Because we heard something about fog, but we missed whatever you said before that.
Just in the distant horizon, the terrain like changes. You're just in like grassy open fields that are a bit hilly, and you can see the hill crests towards where the terrain comes in and changes, and there's like a bank of fog.
Okay.
Nice.
Cool.
Okay.
You guys continue on.
Continue.
Yeah.
What kind of like time of day is it?
It's hard to tell, but you figure it's probably around like 7-ish. Like the sun is, even with it
It's
being
like-
covered by cloud cover, it's getting pretty dark.
Okay. We should probably set up camp somewhere before we go into Foggy Wetland Horrorville.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah, you are
I'd
on a
rather
road
have
in the middle of
something
an
not-
open field.
Sure, but like,
Oh, I'm just
Is
letting you
the-
know, like, there's no like huge landmarks or like a forest to hide in or anything else like that.
yeah, I think it's just better to be not in the fog.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah.
Is there anywhere
Yeah.
around us right now that we can see that would be like a good spot, or does?
There's some areas with the terrain that like bank in a little bit. If you wanted to have like a little mini bunker.
Are we going,
Yeah.
going to explore another cave?
Like a little bit,
enough.
a little bit of privacy from any random passerby kind of thing.
Yeah, it's a little bit off, like 100 yards or so off the path.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a little
you can set
overhang,
up.
if possible, would be nice
Just-
for like a fire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If there's a sign that says "in" also next to it, that would be great.
Make
Mhm.
make a perception check, Caradoc.
Another one. Ooh, nice.
Damn.
I'm at
you
the
get
level of Varen now.
Mhm.
Caradoc doesn't realize if he rolled a natural 20, he would have found the invisible ring. No.
Man, damn
I
it!
walked
No,
right into it.
You don't see
Oh
any
my God.
in. But yeah, you guys find a little bank and everything.
Did you just make him roll to see if he could spot an inn?
Yeah. He asked the question. It could have been
Yeah.
any answer, Sean. So I just had him roll to find out. Alright, so you guys are in the bank. What are you guys doing here? There's no real like trees in this area. It's like absolute grassland. And like maybe a few rocks and one second.
Oh,
Okay, I mean we have dance, so that shouldn't work out, kind of.
we have dance.
Tents.
Tents, Tents.
We do.
I believe we do. Yeah, we all do. That's
Do
comes
I?
with the normal inventory that you
Check
get.
your packs that you have. They probably have
Maybe
tents.
not. Maybe not.
I'm pretty
Uh,
sure
Maybe
I
not.
don't.
I don't think I do. I don't even know if I have
Yeah.
a fucking.
I have
Bedroll,
one-
backpack.
Bedroll,
I
yeah,
do-
if you have a bedroll.
I do
then
have
that's,
one
it's like a
tent,
sleeping bag.
and it's for me and my wheelbarrow. So get the fuck out of my tent. Okay, I'm just saying.
He actually sleeps in his wheelbarrow.
Mind you, so there's no trees, there's no bushes, there's nothing.
There's a few rocks that jut out of the hills, but that's pretty much it.
Well, fuck, you can't make a lean-to out of that.
But yeah, I have a tent, so I'm going to
It
set up
is-
my tent anywhere.
Hold
that
on.
is
All right,
flat
so you
enough.
set up
And
set
that
your you set up your tent in the little dip in the terrain. Melissa, also look at your spells because you may be able to use any of these spells because it's the end of your day.
Yeah, I just looked at mold earth, so I wonder if like I could mold like a dirt Quincy.
Well, how big are you able to do? Let's see. I have everything is analog.
Only
guys.
Hold on. I'm trying to read how much I can move.
Mold Earth does like a 5-foot cube or something.
Yeah, it's really
But
small.
I don't know if you can like make an overhang. I think it's supposed to be like loose dirt.
I don't think I have really anything else.
Does anyone have a spare blanket? Because Varen doesn't even have a bedroll, it turns out.
Keep in mind, like, it's water, so it won't really affect me at all. So I have an extra bedroll.
Yeah.
I just want something that I can like cover myself with.
Oh shit, you know what? Because this is a cantrip, it's not actually you picking a 5-foot cube of dirt and moving it away from you. It's like literally picking a 5-foot cube of like surface dirt and shit like that. Like loose earth. Yeah. Or
not
like
a whole lot
mud
you can
and
do.
shit like that. Yeah, it's not like actually like Minecrafting and like...
It's not like earthbending.
Yeah. That's a 6th level spell called Move Earth. Which you will be able to do at one day. But you can make terrain difficult if you wanted to.
I'm gonna make a little. I'm gonna make a little tent out of it with my immovable rod.
You can actually do that. Yeah, cool. All right. So
Yeah.
you set up you make an improv tent with a little bit of an overhang, and it's got a little bit of like you put it against where you think the draft is going to be, because you're gonna have a little open part unless you do like a blanket style.
It's a little jank, but just a little place where I can sit and not be in the rain.
And what are you using to like make the fabric of the tent?
I think Ariel was gonna lend me her bedroll.
Yeah, because I really
So
won't need
it's not gonna like it's not waterproof, but it's better than nothing.
Okay. All right. So you have your makeshift, and Karadok has his tent with his wheelbarrow beside him as he sleeps.
It's cuddling. They're spooning.
Yeah.
Hey, my clean wheelbarrow. It's important.
Yeah.
It's wet.
Are you the little spoon with the wheelbarrow? Because you can kind of tuck your butt in there and get all cozy.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. I'll think.
That's between them, Sean.
Yeah, please. It's a love story between me and my wheelbarrow. Don't want to talk about it.
It's personal.
When a man.
Go polish the knobs.
Yeah.
Just like
I'm
Beast of
gonna
Burden
make
starts
your
playing
wheels
inside there.
Oh god.
Okay, so what is Zenkor and Ariel doing?
I can take up first post. If everyone's like ready to like set up and stuff, since I really have nothing to set up because I'll just stay out in the rain, I can just like take post above like the mound of hell so I can actually see what we're trying, like the road. Does that make sense?
Okay, sure. Yeah, you stand watch looking out at the hilltop and everything. Are you guys like lighting up anywhere?
I don't know if we'll be able to make a fire. I don't think we'll be able to in the rain without like something to cover it. That'd be really difficult. We don't have any trees. Like I don't think we brought firewood.
Oh no, I have a great idea. So I can always fill up my thing with my fill up my jar with oil, and then light the oil on fire with my firebolt, and then the rain will just make it even more fire.
I mean, you could.
Never let you in a kitchen.
Okay.
You can call me.
How about in my little happy tent? If you're gonna make oil, are you gonna make oil?
No.
Okay. I'm not getting involved with that.
Robert becomes the one that TPKs. Just like sets the whole like bunker on fire.
I was gonna say, I think I have an empty.
Ah, shit.
In powder keg.
Yeah, that's what we need Chris for. He can be our fire sensor.
Varen will tell Ariel to come bug him in 4 hours, and he'll take the next watch.
Okay.
Just 'cause
as far as I'm
elf stuff.
aware. Alright, well, you guys go to bed then. And what's Encore doing? Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Just sleeping. He's a
He's
tired
sleeping
boy.
in the rain.
No, he's got a bedroll.
Okay, cool. It's a wet sleep, but you do it. You manage it.
That's fine.
It's not too
I can
bad.
just prestidigitation in the morning.
Okay. So you're sleeping. You're gonna wake up in a little bit of a puddle, but it's okay. So Ariel, you're now doing the watch. It's gotten pretty dark, and the sun finally is set. There's no light around you guys due to the lack of bunker fire.
I believe I have dark vision.
Do you?
Yeah, 1 second. I'm just gonna double check.
Yeah, because I'm looking at it right now. And I don't see it.
I might be mixing up Rika. Hold on.
Yeah, I think Rekka does, because she's a tiefling.
Or it's one of my spells. I cannot remember.
So you have Call to the Wave, Swim, Amphibious, Acid Resistance, and your Wisdom increase. And then you have like basic stuff like languages. I don't see any dark vision.
I must be mixing up the two. My bad. Carry on. Don't listen to me.
So you're gonna make a perception roll with disadvantage to see what you see during your time. Your 4-hour scouting.
Okay, so perception roll and disadvantage. So
Yeah.
Perception.
You roll twice and you keep the best. Or sorry, you
Okay.
keep the worst. You keep the worst.
And which stat am I using for perception?
It should be under your wisdom, and it says perception. And use that number.
Oh my god, hold on. Wisdom, and then the number underneath, so like 13? Or sorry, 3?
No. Wisdom, and then you see all the little skills you have. Under
Oh
wisdom.
shit, right there, +6. I'll take it.
Yeah,
Alright.
so perception. And then you do twice, and we use the lower. So here, I'll mark it. So we got a 12, and... a 19. So we're gonna take that 12, because you're at disadvantage.
Alright.
So you're straining your eyes. Eventually you get like kind of used to it. The rain also being rain.
Straining the pasta. All we heard was straining.
You're basically sitting on the edge of a hill, looking over it towards where you think the path is, in a downpour in the dark. And you can't see in the dark. So you do the best that you can, but you don't see anything near you, at least, that comes by. And it's a pretty uneventful little time. You don't hear anything. You hear like the odd like animal sound, like birds and stuff like that, but nothing like incredibly dangerous or anything. Just the odd owl. And then after 4 hours, you end up waking up Baron.
I'm awake.
Yeah.
It is your time, Baron.
Do you want
Please
your
keep
do you want
that
your,
warm.
do you want your bedroll back?
No, I'll just like lie there. I won't lie on your bedroll because I feel like that's rude. But I'll just like lie underneath my bedroll.
Well, I don't have a bedroll, so it was just your bedroll.
Oh, it's just mine. Okay. Yeah. No, I'll just chill underneath this little thing that you've made.
Okay, I'll go sit wherever she was.
Okay. So yeah, you sit and you're gonna make a roll. It is still gonna be with disadvantage, but unless you have advantage to perception checks, is that one of the things that you mentioned?
No.
Okay, so it's gonna be
I'm just
disadvantage,
normal.
but
I do have dark vision though.
yes, but it's just to account for the rain. You don't have to worry about the darkness while we're doing the disadvantage.
Okay,
So
I roll.
That's nothing on your end. That's on me.
I roll.
Okay, so 9 and then 22. Can I hear you? So, sorry, this is like screwing with me, the sound thing. Critical fail. As far as you're aware, nothing in the area is a problem. 6 hours go by. Nothing. Odd owl sound that Ariel heard. And you hear like strong winds coming in. And as over the hours go by, the winds kind of get stronger, and it's hard to gauge whether or not something went past you guys or if it was just the wind. And that's your watch.
Okay. I'm down with that.
Alright. So, pretty much everyone is rested, and it's about 4 hours. It's like 5 in the morning if you guys want to wake up, or you can keep sleeping for a little bit longer. It's up to you guys.
I'll give them until the sun comes up.
Alright, cool. So yeah, the sun doesn't necessarily come up, but it brightens up a little bit. It's pretty dim. It's still storming, but you can see that it's a bit daytime. It's pretty dark today, and it's still gloomy and storming. The wind has picked up, and the way that Ariel actually ends up waking up is by the immovable rod staying in its place, but the bedroll starts like flying up on you guys, and you end up catching it. But like, it's an unpleasant way of waking up. Basically, you had nature throw a bucket of water at your face, Ariel, and you guys end up waking up and getting ready for the day.
That's Mother Nature's foreplay. I like water.
Alright, you guys gonna continue?
Right, it's like a nice refreshing breeze of water in the morning for you.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
I think we should like try to find some shelter, get the fuck out of this rain.
Alright.
I'm not sure what you're talking about. It's pretty comfortable in this tent. I'm
gonna start taking down Caradoc's tent.
to find him in an awkward position with a wheelbarrow.
Hey,
roll an attack,
wheelbarrow.
Big
No, I'm just like I'm like collapsing it down on top of you, you know?
Why did you think I needed to clean my wheelbarrow?
To spit shine.
You had the elbow grease later.
5 hours later.
Alright, so I'm assuming you guys are all ready to go, and it's like completely rain day.
Yeah.
Continue on. You said
we're not exactly like, we're not really in like a comfortable spot right now to wait out the rain or anything, so
yeah,
should probably just keep going.
Okay, so you end up getting back to the path, and it's a bit dark, but most of you guys are okay. And Zenkor and Ariel, you're having a little bit of a problem seeing like too far ahead of you guys, but it's still light enough that you guys can see. It's not as bad as nighttime. And you guys eventually get to, like, after about half an hour to an hour of walking, you get to the edge of what you assume to be the wetlands, where the grass starts dying out a little bit, and you see a couple of like bunches of weeds that come in like little bunches, but a lot of it is primarily mud, like dirt that has kind of like elevated high. Sorry?
The little plants that are in bunches?
Yeah, they're like little like stringy weeds and like, kind of like moss and everything else like that. They're all in like bunches, and then there's like clearing areas of just mud or elevated dirt that's a bit higher than where the water has accumulated. And you can see where in the general area, just basing off of what you can see immediately, it's a bit tricky, but you notice that this is probably going to be a place riddled with water and creeks and that sort of stuff. It's almost a swamp, and you see the occasional tree. you guys continue on. There's actually a path that goes through here. I'm gonna pull that shit out for you instead of getting to this world view. And very shortly into the wetlands, you guys are now surrounded by fog. That's basically almost it's thigh deep. It's like between your knee and your waist. And it's pretty uncomfortable for Caradoc, actually, thinking about it. You're probably like waist deep in fog. And you're just, as you guys are walking, it's extremely wet. Even though there is a path, it is still dirt that's been rained on in an area that's already like soaked. And you guys get to a crossroad. And you can essentially, it's a 4-way crossroad. It's just awkwardly shaped. Some of them go at like different angles. It's not like a perfect square. So you can go south, east, or west. I'm gonna quickly change the music because it's a little happy. We need like foggy, marshy shit. Alright, so what do you guys want to do? Do you want to go south, east, west?
I think we should make pancakes and then move onwards.
You're
South.
gonna make mud cakes?
Yeah.
Keep going down.
Yeah.
Are you
Yep, exactly.
Are you hungry?
Down there, yo.
being a little moody little dwarf? Hasn't had his brekkie in this pouring fucking rain.
What, you don't want pancakes? Like, I'm just asking.
Are you gonna make pancakes right now? How are you gonna make
Sounds like
How are you gonna make pancakes? Did you bring some all-purpose flour?
No, okay, we can't make pancakes. Too bad. Now
If-
I'm sad. See?
Varen will give you a single good berry.
Okay, well, that's
That satiates, and that Varen will hand everyone in the party one good berry. Everyone
Yay.
is
Aw.
disappointed but satiated for the day.
Yeah, it's like
Man, for
giving
an
people
entire
like
day, that's
dried rice.
crazy.
Alive, but is that really living?
It's like astronaut food, but like pill form.
Does that help Fenthras? If I give him a good berry, does that keep him chill? I'll give him one.
Mind you, I'm sure if he was hungry,
We're in a
he'd
weird-
find an animal and eat it.
Well, we're in a bit of a weird spot where, like, I guess there's probably some stuff in wetlands, but the forest is really his jam. You know?
There is wildlife about here. It's just hard for you to find. Like, you'd probably have to actively look for it because a lot of smaller animals are actually completely covered by fog. So you guys are continuing south from the consensus that I heard?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This path ends up winding a bit, and it's hard to track. You're trying really hard, Varen, to manage to keep everyone in line with your experience. And I'm gonna need you to make a survival check because you're finding that this fog is almost like working against you.
Okay, survival.
I'm gonna have to try and okay. Cool.
18.
You're keeping onto the track pretty well, and I need everyone in the party to make perception checks real quick. So
Another
Melissa,
one,
that's +6 for
me.
you. You're gonna make a decent amount, especially when you're trying to look for invisible runes.
Search
Okay,
for
now
trap.
I'm at the level of Zancor, so I'm feeling better. I'm going back to the normal level of this team.
Hey man, double check your
Perception.
privilege. I just rolled a 16.
19.
Jesus Christ. So
Alright.
thank God I'm here to save the party when everyone is doing shit, but then when I do shit, everyone
Hey,
else is like,
that's
amazing.
what Jim does.
That's why we have the whole party, dum-dum. That's why it's not just the adventures of Varen.
Melissa, yours is +6, I believe.
Oh, I'm supposed to do it too. Shit,
Yeah.
I wasn't listening because I was yelling at my children. You know how that goes.
Having,
Classic.
having eagle eyes is not enough. You have to know how to use your eyes too.
Yeah. That's how you use them. So you guys end up seeing in the distance, probably like 5 to 6 feet
Wait, was I supposed to do it
So
twice or once?
once. It's all
Okay, so 16.
Yeah. You guys see like silhouettes of something like 5 or 6 feet bipedal in the distance on your left as you guys are moving down south. They're moving, there's probably like, you see 3 or 4, but it's really hard in the distance and with the fog and it just like gets really hard to notice what's going on. They're a very far distance. It's probably like over 200 feet away. Just
they're like off the path.
Yeah, they're either on a different path that you guys just can't see from here, or they're just doing their own thing and just roaming about. And they're off in the distance. And they're just like moving about. They're like going almost diagonally, where like they're coming towards you. But if you guys both continued on, you kind of like pass each other.
Can I cast something?
Yeah, you can always cast anything you want.
I believe I can only
cast
this on myself. So I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace on myself, because I don't think I can cast it on my...
Okay. Yeah, no, so what you do is you cast that on yourself.
I'm asking you and
everyone around you, around you in that vicinity, which everyone is, gets that bonus.
Okay,
and
then you get a plus 10 bonus to dexterity checks.
For stealth, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast that.
Okay.
Just to be extra careful.
Cool.
So I guess we basically like won't leave tracks.
Yeah, so...
And you won't be heard either.
When you guys hear Ariel, and she makes like a soft whisper that almost sounds like a trickling bit of water in a waterfall, you can notice the little light that there is around you guys darkens slightly, and the rain becomes thicker around you guys when it falls.
But our view isn't obstructed.
No. It's, yeah. You'd assume that at a distance, when they look at it, it's hard to see due to the darkness around you guys. So you basically almost created yourself like a two-way mirror, or a one-way mirror. So it's a bit harder to see. This is only in an area around you, though, Ariel, that you assume. So if someone ran off, they would probably just end up leaving that bubble. Are you guys just trying to do a stealth check? Is that what you're suggesting?
I did it because if we're gonna be moving, I don't want a chance that they would see us.
Okay. So if that's your goal, I would suggest trying to move stealthily.
So stealth check?
Everyone that wants to move quiet should do a stealth check then.
Yeah.
Anytime you don't want to get noticed, you just tell me that you want to be stealthy.
Sure.
Otherwise, you guys are walking through the wilderness with the...
Don't forget it's a plus 10 on that stealth check, guys.
Oh, yeah.
$24.
Rolled a 5, got a 24.
24.
Oh, okay, stealth.
21.
Where is stealth? Oh.
In the distance, you see a green dragon that sees you. No, okay. Zangor has PTSD. So we just need Paradox. 16. Okay, and that's the plus 10. Alright. You guys continue on. As far as you're aware, you're probably pretty stealthy. This bubble that you guys created for yourselves is pretty impressive. It's kind of cool. Oh, 1 second.
The only sad part about having great bubbles is that normally I drink them, but here we can't. So I'm kind of sad. A little bit inside.
When you ask us to roll like perceptions and stealths and shit, should I be rolling for Fenthras too? Should I like?
If you want, like, sometimes I do specific ones, but you can always remind me what his passive perception is if you wanted.
His passive perception's 14.
Okay.
I'm sort of assuming that he's like, just rolling on passive unless I like ask him to go check something out. But more like, do you want me to roll a stealth for him?
Yes.
Okay, I'll do that.
And you guys are continuing.
Come on, Wolfie.
18.
Awesome.
On a 2.
You guys are still moving in a winding path, and Bavarian is kind of annoying for you because you're noticing that you're just wasting a lot of time, but you don't know this area, so you're just kind of like following the path. But so much time could be saved if you just like went in a straight direction. Because this path almost like crosses itself a couple of times, just a few like meters away.
Mm-hmm.
And you eventually get to a wide like opening. You guys are now finding like trees and small hilltops of mud, and other parts are like divots that have created creeks and little streams and stuff like that. And as you guys walk past, you hear a low croaking, almost like motor-like groan. And when you guys turn, you notice there's a couple of crocodiles just swimming in one of these that don't seem to notice you. You see a couple of animals that skitter by, and once you get to one area, you notice that this part is like a big open spot that just has a very little bit of fog. It's very faint compared to the rest of it, and everyone can notice this, where it's just like partially transparent fog, and then everywhere around this circular area that's probably about like 250 feet across is just like thick fog again.
Is this a perfect circle?
Almost.
I'll fucking trust it. It's magical.
There's your end, and the very far end is slightly like lipped, but otherwise, yeah, it would be a perfect circle.
Let me just see something. Can I cast Find Traps?
Okay, sure. Let me check that.
I just want to see if this spell would sense any area. Warding.
Find Traps. Range 120 feet. It's the second level. Since the presence of any trap within range that is within line of sight, a trap for the purpose of the spell includes anything that would inflict a sudden or unexpected effect you consider harmful or undesirable, which is specifically intended by a creator. Thus, the spell would sense an area affected by like alarm, glyph of warding, mechanical bit trap, but would not reveal a natural weakness in like a floor or unstable ceiling or anything that's like natural. It only reveals that the trap is present. You don't learn the location of each trap, but you do learn the general nature of the danger posed by the trap you sense. Okay. So you're using this right now?
I don't know, guys. What do you think?
Doesn't seem crazy.
Yeah, no.
It is kind of a weird spot.
Okay, I will do it then.
Okay. This is not a concentration spell, but I do want to remind you of a rule. The Pass Without Trace that you have on right now is a concentration spell. If you had, for example, an ability that Sean has as well, where you'd have Hunter's Mark, and you cast another concentration spell, you'd lose your Pass Without Trace. Yeah. So it's almost like an
left
aura
over the spell,
ability. Pass Without Trace.
How much time?
Still another like
an
hour.
As far as I remember. I believe it lasts an hour.
Yeah.
It should be.
But it's
Yeah, I think it only lasts like an hour.
Yeah. So
It's plenty of time.
Yeah,
It's only been like 2 minutes since you
It's been
cast
about like
it.
10. Yeah. You're
It's
still
only been
pretty
like
good.
10 minutes since you casted it.
Yeah, I just
Do we
wanted
want
to
to
remind
do
you.
that and like tread carefully and go around the circle? Like, I wouldn't want to walk through it.
I wouldn't want to
Sure.
walk through it either.
So this
Whatever.
Spell, you're on the lip of this part where it's starting to get lighter. The spell that you cast, you gauge the area and you think that you'd probably only learn about half the circle around you.
Guys, I think he wants us to go through the circle.
Let's just go around the circle.
Okay, you're going around? Cool.
Yeah. While we're walking around it, can I look for
Look for what?
or like paths or anything that are leading? Any evidence that someone else has like walked through here and not died?
Okay. So you're looking for like footprints and all that shit?
Yeah.
Okay. You notice immediately that the thick fog almost compensates towards the edges where the thick and the light meet. So there's about like 20 feet of just extremely thick fog. So I'll need you to make perception or an investigation with disadvantage.
An investigation.
I'd normally make you make a survival, but it's just absolutely like ridiculous here. It's less natural than you're used to.
Disadvantage like that.
17.
Yeah, that's not 17. Bad.
Okay, nice. You find that the edges near the thicker areas and kind of outside of it have a large and like more so thick just bank of water. It's about like waist, or not waist deep, knee deep. Words are above me right now. So what you have right now is to your one side, to your right side right now, you have a little creek that you saw a crocodile a little bit back. And that continues on and grows in thickness as it gets further and further along. And then once it gets to the circle, you can barely see and make out just by like trying to feel it out, as well as just like gauging what you can see. It gets pretty thick, and the creek, and it wraps around the circle.
Okay, let's just follow that.
Alright, to avoid the circle too, you're going to be in the creek.
Oh, let's go the other way around the circle.
It's the same thing.
How deep is that creek? Because, you know...
The creeks, when at the very edge, you gauge is like between 0 and 5 feet.
That was unhelpful.
Hold on.
Yeah, I mean, it looks about, I'd say about 0 to 5 feet.
You'd either be totally fine, or you could totally drown in it. It's up, you know,
or
either one.
You guys...
I'm saying it's a steady decline. Like, it's not like you take a step on the edge of a creek and fucking fall in.
I'm just gonna follow the edge.
Okay.
I'm not gonna go for a swim.
Okay. Alright, so
but I think
you're still.
I think Ariel seems very interested.
What are you thinking, Ariel?
I could make everyone have the ability to water breathe for 24 hours.
Or we could just walk.
You could walk, but that would make you go into the circle.
Well, we can just walk in, like, on the edge of the creek.
Yeah, if you walk along the edge, you're mostly getting between, like, the very tops of your...
So does the circle overlap the creek? Because that's what I thought you meant.
No. Okay, so it's like being hugged by, like, this... The elevation as you get closer to the center of the circle is raising. It's like a hilltop. And so the hilltop is the circle, and then it starts cresting, like, underneath, and water has gathered in those parts. So if you roam on the outsides of that circle and get to... You're either walking through the very thick fog and only having water up to, like, past your ankles and a little bit under your knees, or you're going on the other part of the thick fog where it's normal again, which is a bit deeper into the creek, and you're probably going between knee and waist deep.
Okay.
I'm gonna hug those shallows. We're already soaking wet, so
okay. Yeah,
doesn't really matter.
You're basically in really thick fog, but that's the only negative thing you have here. Alright, so I'm gonna need everyone to make a perception check as you guys get through to make sure everyone can... And it's gonna be with disadvantage too.
Disadvantage?
It's disadvantage.
I don't think it can get any worse than this.
Disadvantage.
Okay. Alright. Okay. And Caradoc, we need Caradocs.
You have to do 2d20, not 1d20.
Keep one of my 1d20.
1d20 and I took the
I'm just
lowest
going to
one.
roll again, that's it.
Ooh.
Nice, nice.
Okay.
See?
Nailed it.
7 doesn't seem so bad anymore.
Alright, shit's gonna get interesting. Alright. How does the okay. I was forgetting how to use the alphabet. Okay, so I just need to think for a moment to like actually depict this into actual shit. Alright, Varen and Ariel. Actually, what order are you guys going in? First off, are you going? You have to go single file if you want to make sure that you're not getting into the creek. Otherwise,
Ariel was just going in the creek.
Are you going in the creek?
She can swim.
Melissa, are you going in the creek?
So I was sort of assuming that she was just gonna like hop in and swim along, and the rest of us were just gonna follow her, but from the side.
I just lucked out, so I just wanted to make sure if she said yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Right. So you're in it, like swimming.
She's knee deep in it.
All right, and then
Waist
what are you
deep in
guys
it.
doing? Like, what type of order here?
So I imagine it's gonna be Varen, Zenkor, Caradoc.
Sounds reasonable.
All right. So I'm gonna talk to Ariel first. You need to realize that if you swim too far out, your friends aren't gonna have the stealth bonus that you have. But it's up to you.
Oh well. Listen,
You can still
I don't
swim, though.
need to be swimming. Like, if it's harder for us to stay on the edge of the creek versus me just being in the creek and following close together, like that's the only time really I'll go in the creek. Like I don't mind coming in and out. Like.
You can still
way we're
swim
still
in it.
close.
I just wanted you to make sure that you can't, like, you know that if you explore, or if you go off or anything, that like they'll like leave the little bubble. The bubble's pretty big. It's like
I is squishy. I don't think I can go off by myself. I'm very squishy.
All right, cool. I need you to redo a stealth check, and then I need
Me?
you. Yeah.
Oh, don't forget, it's still +10 though.
Mm-hmm. So you you do a stealth with +10. And then everyone else retains theirs because they haven't done anything new. So 24, 24, 16.
Thank God for the +10.
One still a critical fail though.
Shut your mouth there.
So it's not too bad as far as you're aware. As you go in, the elevation and the mud, you end up slipping and you hear the like as like you go into the water a little quicker than you anticipated. But after that, pretty okay. You guys are traveling forward, and you guys are pretty clear. Nothing has noticed you, or that you have noticed has noticed you. There's no sign of any danger, and you guys are just walking across. And because you're going through the thick part, it is difficult to navigate. But Zenkor, you're having a bit of trouble. But you become conscious enough to kind of like grab, or like every once in a while like walk near Fenthras and its tail hits you, and so you kind of like right yourself every single time you kind of go deep. When you guys continue on and you start seeing you're about halfway, I need Caradoc, I need you to make a athletics check because you are in the water.
You need me too?
Make a athletics check. You're like you found yourself completely submerged in water. You got sidetracked.
Oh shit. Okay.
So easily.
Disadvantage or just a normal roll?
Just athletics, whatever your athletics is, normal.
Okay. 14.
Okay. So you're okay.
I'm
but
better
you
than
do
okay.
you do feel something around you moving. It's like a current. When you actually move your hands and everything around that movement, you're just realizing like the current is moving weird.
Folks, I'm saying that to the team. Like, I can feel a current in the water. It might just be me, but I can feel it with my hand.
Ariel, you hear that 20 feet behind you, and almost directly behind you. Varen and Zenkor hear that like way into the water in the distance.
So are we all close together? So
you guys are about 20 feet apart from each other in like weird awkward angles.
Okay, but everyone is within 30 feet of me.
Okay, can we regroup? Can we regroup everyone? Can everyone come back together
real quick? Everybody
just come to me. Let's keep talking for a minute. Everyone just come close.
Do we see each other? Can I actually go towards?
No, it's really thick.
No.
I need you to make a perception disadvantage again.
Actually, this is why Varen just keeps talking.
With Varen
he's just gonna keep on saying words.
Yeah, you can make a normal one.
Okay, I'm going to follow the direction of the sound. You're telling me I need to roll what?
Yeah, so pure mechanics wise, you're rolling a normal roll because he's helping you.
Okay.
Perception?
So
yeah. So he's making a perception.
I am
normal. 7.
I'm very perceptive. I'm going in the perfect right direction with a big 7. Big fat.
It's a very, very slow process, but the voice is slowly getting louder. What's your AC?
15.
15? Okay.
Yep.
You feel the water impact you and knock the wind out of you, and you take 17 damage.
What the
what?
How is that? Is that like like half a drown or something?
Calvin, would this water be something that my character?
Oh shit! I came out for a moment. As far as you're aware, Ariel, nothing has changed. Emmanuel, like Caradoc, looks behind you from where that impact has made and towards the current that you felt, and you see a reptilian creature with kind of like Chinese dragon-esque little like mustache that is hungrily looking at you, coming out of the water, made out of pure water, and is now looking at you to strike again. And I need you to roll initiative. And I'm deaf. You're
on our way to China.
Yeah, it was very awkward because when it's inside water, it's purely invisible.
Hey.
And it rolled a natural 20 on finding you.
It totally found me.
Yeah. It was just like, I'm sorry, but if you think about it, you rolled a natural 1, got yourself lost in water, and then everything inside rolled a natural 20 to find you.
Perfect. That's how stories are created. Like,
so yeah, you roll initiative, because you are now in combat. Ariel, I assume that you're heading towards him, so you can also make initiative.
Yeah, I am. I got a plan.
Yeah, unfortunately, Rob and Sean, you guys don't know what the fuck's going on right now.
Initiative? Hold on.
It's just initiative in the middle part if you're using the same sheet as me. It should just say initiative.
Should it just say initiative? Oh, I got no plus anything.
Okay, so it's just a straight roll. So there's going to be at least one round where you were just unaware. Cool. So, Caradoc, you get to go first. Immediately upon striking, you turn around and you notice that you're relatively, like, submerged, treading water with this thing towering over you.
Okay. Well, I'm going to take out my axe and try to destroy that thing because it pissed me off. It actually hurt. I feel some pain on my fingers. Let's do it.
Okay. Just a heads up, because you're very aware of yourself. You know that if you try to engage it while you're like trying to swim at the same time, it's going to be harder than if you find land nearby.
Yep. Wait. Am I swimming? I thought I was like in water.
No, you're like
swimming.
You're essentially shoulder deep.
Ah, okay.
You completely lost your way, and that's why you made the athletics check. You're like slowly making your way out.
Revert. I'm going to try to go for a lower.
Oh, did I just DC? Are you talking? Oh yeah. All right, you said going for a lower.
Which what? Oh, is your thing was broken or something?
Yeah. Every once in a while, if I like DC for a moment, like with internet, it just cuts me out altogether.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. So I want to aim for ground that is like higher than where I am first, without attacking. Like that's what I want to aim for if I can find my way. But yeah, I'm going to
make.
If I have an idea.
Yeah, when you move, this is going to be part of your movement. Make a perception roll.
Yep.
This time with advantage, because you have a basis to gauge off of. Like, you have other things around you, and you see Ariel now moving. So you kind of like have a gauge of like sound, people, things.
Wait, what? No,
You didn't roll the D20.
It's one.
You just rolled 2. Keep the best.
There, better.
Awesome.
18.
Okay, yeah. So you know exactly where you are. You can start moving.
Okay, cool. So I'm moving towards the direction, and so I can get like approximately, like at least the upper half of my body out of the water. And then if I'm in distance to the creature, then I'll try to attack, but that I don't know if I see it.
It's all on roll D20, so you show me.
Oh, I didn't realize. Yeah. Whoops. Where is it? Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. Yeah. And well, I guess I'm not sure where. There we go. I'm not sure where I'm going. Is that better here?
Yeah. So you're like almost in the center, and this way is towards like land.
Okay, so I'm going to go here.
Okay, that's double movement, but you still have enough for that.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I'm going to go here, and then I'm going to be way too far to attack that shit. So I'm going to face it, keep an eye as much as I can on it, and be prepared to destroy its butt if it comes to me. Can I have a prepared attack in case it reaches me? Or that's an action.
Move and you ready your action? Yes, but you are taking an attack of opportunity.
I'm taking...
Because you're leaving.
Oh, because you're moving away from it.
Do you get what I'm saying?
I'm taking what? I didn't realize.
Attack of opportunity.
Okay, that's fine, yeah.
Okay. 7 plus the 4, 11, 14.
14 damage?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, and I'm stupid too. And I'm gonna rage
sorry. Too. Okay, yeah.
Yep. No, thank you for not reminding.
Yeah, so you took 14, now you're raging. On the edge, this damage actually like pisses you off, and you just turn around, you pull your axe out, and you're ready.
Oh yeah. I'm ready now.
And you guys can barely see it now. I need you two to roll initiative now as Ariel takes her turn, and then the water takes its turn.
Okay.
So we're gonna have you guys roll initiative while Ariel's doing her thing, and the other thing does its thing, and then we'll return normal turn order.
Oof.
Okay.
I'm starting panting a little bit because I'm like, that was a short but difficult trip for me, and you can see that I'm a little like, yeah.
I'm going to cast Destroy Water.
Okay. as long as it's not Destroy Dwarf, I'm fine.
So I'm gonna cast. I have 30 feet range on it. I'm gonna cast Destroy Water on the creature made of water.
Okay. Let me look at this. It might be really cool. Okay,
Hell yeah, it will. Come on now.
I need to see its limitations, because if you're right, then yeah, you could potentially
I can destroy up to 10 gallons of water in an open container within range. Alternatively, you can destroy fog on a 30-foot cube within range as well.
Ooh.
But, so as long as that creature is like a 10-gallon creature, I can at least destroy 10 gallons of it.
You might be able to actually destroy it all together. Let me check the...
A 10-gallon creature?
It's made
It's-
out
I
of
mean,
water.
it's meant for just normal water.
It
I
is
gotta earn
technically
some
an
street
elemental.
cred.
Yeah.
I gotta earn some street cred here.
Man, this 12-year-old kid has a better computer than I do.
Alright, you know what I'm gonna do?
Oh fuck, what?
You're not technically destroying what's keeping it as water, but you don't know that in your mind. But you're essentially destroying everything that is its essence at the same time. So you don't kill it, but I need you to roll 8d6 damage.
Okay, so like /R.
Or 8d6. You're dealing a absolute like devastating blow with like a very simple spell. And
Does that make sense?
let me see.
18?
Yeah. Alright, so we have the damage calculated. Okay. Nice. Alright. So yeah, you seem to have just like, you put out your hand and like the water all around you just like almost moves outwards, rippling, as if something quickly is traveling through the water and visible towards it. And as it like that part hits it, it just explodes and like turns into steam.
Processes.
And then shortly after a quick pause, you see its form like slowly come back up.
Hang on, can you say the epic part of what you said again? Because all we heard was like, she shot an invisible bullet over the water.
And then once it got to its its actual form, the water form, it just completely bursts and explodes. And then that, like, as it goes out into the air, it just like dissolves into steam.
Now we got a steam monster, guys.
After like a short pause, and you guys are like, "Oh, nice! That was crazy." You see it like slowly, like becoming its form again, coming out of the water.
Calvin, no.
Can we even see it from where we are, like on the shore?
Yes.
And in that
Barely.
moment,
Once
there was a
Caradoc,
slight
once
color
Caradoc
change
came
to the
out,
water.
like once Caradoc came out, you know where to look now, and you can see this like very vague form, and both of you can make an attack on it.
Okay.
And it's huge. Like this creature, when it first came out, it looked about like 6 feet coming out of the water, so it was like towering over Caradoc. It is now 8 feet coming out of the water as this huge, like almost serpentine, fish dragon-esque kind of form. And calculate that damage. It is now its turn, so I'll do that real quick. It will move 60 feet of swim
Do you really wanna hurt me?
It is not happy with blowing up. And it is going
Hey,
to...
water homie to water homie, don't hurt me.
Yeah, it's the water battle. It's like every anime episode ever where it's like elemental versus elemental. It is going to make...
Ariel runs away screaming with hands behind her back.
Oh, it has a 10-foot range. Damn. Okay, it's gonna actually go here, and it's going to make an attack on you. And you see, like, part of the
Syncro
water...
lining up that shot. Line up that shot.
You see the bottom, like, part where it's, like, form goes into the water. It's, like, kind of moves in a weird way. It reaches out, and you feel it, like, hit both of your knees, and then try and latch on. It tries to make an attack. It is 14. Is 14... What's your AC?
For me?
Yeah.
Weak as fuck. What is AC?
It should just say, like, AC or armor class on your sheet.
Oh, hold fuck. All this shit. You get that?
No, sorry. What did you say?
13.
13. It
Yeah.
hits. So it does the damage. Ooh, this is high rolls.
Shut the fuck up, Calvin. You're mean. You're evil.
It does 17 bludgeoning damage. And I need you to make a athletics check.
Fuck. Whew, okay, hold on. I'm not emotionally stable for this shit.
So athletics is going to be a skill that's under the strength section. I need you to add that to a roll.
There you go.
Okay. You find yourself being pulled 5 feet underwater. And
That's
you're
cool, I can
you're
breathe.
being held. Yeah, you can. And you're just being held by like water compressing around you.
Pretend you're drowning.
Ooh, do I get to make an action or no?
Not
That
yet.
would have been
It's
like a
not your
bonus
turn.
action, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we're going into. That was you that rolled the 23, right, Varen? So it's now your turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I see parts of this still like up above the water?
Yes, it's still towering high above, and you just see Ariel like fly underwater while it's like roaring at her. You don't even see anything. She just falls under the water.
And it's
The part
made
of the form
of
you see, you don't notice.
water.
Yeah.
I shoot arrows. I guess I.
Anyone have like a dispel magic? Is that a thing in this game?
A spell magic?
Dispel.
Dispel.
Oh.
Spell.
Is that, like a,
What?
is that a thing? It's like a general question. Is that a thing in
Did
this
it-
game?
that is
there
a thing.
spell, but you don't necessarily think it would work here.
This is a
Unless it was
creature.
unless it was actually like summoned here by a spell, you could try and dispel it.
I guess I'm gonna just try to shoot it and just see kind of what happens.
Are you shooting with the normal arrow?
Just a normal. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Before I do that, I'm gonna hunter's mark it. Yep.
Okay. It's Hunter's Mark.
Oh, this game works.
You didn't roll
Your
the
arrow
dice, so
becomes
it's fair.
waterlogged.
There you go.
Hunter's mark. That's the bonus. Then the.
So you see if you hit
How do I do things? There we go.
the first session after. a break.
22.
22 definitely hits.
Cool.
It's huge. It's not
Here's your
necessarily
damage.
hitting for
15.
15. All right. As it passes through, you see it notice you, but it just like passes through the water. It doesn't seem happy, but it doesn't seem to be.
It's not a big deal. Okay, that's sort of what I thought. Oh, I should have rolled for. I forgot.
I cut out there, I think. Okay, back. So what is this? Your second attack?
No, it's for
No,
the
that's
wolf.
that's the Wolfman.
Is he making an attack?
No, I forgot that he has his own initiative, and I don't have
okay.
extra attack
Yeah, yeah,
anymore.
yeah. Okay, fine. Yeah. So put it
Not
on
that he
return
can
order.
really do anything
It's all
because
good.
water, but whatever. I'm just rolling that.
All right.
I'm done. That's it.
Okay. It is now Zenkor's turn.
Okay, how much water was replaced, like displaced, or
I destroyed 30 gallons.
okay, how much does that? What is 30 gallons?
I don't know. It's American.
Considerable amount.
So if you were to say draw a square where that 30 gallons is gone, where would you draw it?
It was essentially
30
its
gallons
physical
in
form
liters.
out of
113 liters.
yeah. It essentially like destroyed its physical form and part of the surface water, and then the essence that is the elemental has animated the water and retaken its form. So
30
it did, like, a considerable amount of
30
damage
gallons.
to it.
It's like half a bathtub,
Yeah.
so it's not like lowering the water level or anything.
Right, I feel you. Okay,
Yeah.
because like, if you guys are all in water, I don't think my lightning abilities would be a good idea.
Literally, all of us are standing in water right now. I think.
Ariel is also attached to the thing.
I am fully submerged though, so how does that work? I feel like I should be okay.
You're
Just
being
pass
held
through.
by
He
the
wants to
elemental.
zap the water.
Yeah, he
so
wants to electrocute.
Make a chain,
So-
ground me.
Well, if you were pulled under the water, no, that wouldn't work. You'd still die.
If you want my professional metagaming out of game opinion, I would say give fire a shot.
Well,
but that is a little weird against water.
I mean, unless a Ray of Frost be my best bet.
Oh, that's not bad. Freeze that bitch.
Huh?
I have a plan coming up, but you guys wouldn't know it, so I can't tell you.
Yeah, you can't say anything. You're submerged.
Nope. Blub 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 blub.
Yep.
Actually, 1 second. What if
Okay.
I did? Actually, yeah, I'll just do Ray of Frost on him.
Okay. So just roll to attack.
Hmm?
Sorry, it just came out late. 15, nice. Alright, so it does hit.
Yes.
Its big form is pretty easy to hit. Let's see, calculate that damage.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
11 damage, nice. Alright, so you like outstretch your hand, full Skyrim style, shooting out cold out of your hand, and you guys hear the air around the stream just like start like solidifying and freezing in midair. And once it makes contact with the creature, you see parts of it just like completely freezing solid and just falling and making like a huge puddle as it falls into the water. And it like slowly is like draining water once again to like recreate its form.
Also, he's being slowed by 10 feet for his next turn.
Okay. It is now. Are you doing anything else, like movement? Anything else?
Oh, excuse me. Nope.
Okay. It is Caradoc.
Yo! Okay, let's destroy some. Damn it! Why is it so far away? I don't have that long arms, okay? I'm going
Cast
to
a
cast
spell.
my tail right. Yeah, exactly.
The rest of the
I'm
wheel
casting
barrel.
tornado, flood.
Meteor storm.
So I would assume that the creature is in a depth of water that is like too high right now. I would assume.
What do you mean?
Well, if I go there, I'll be back at shoulder level.
Yeah, yeah.
Water. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
about approximately
I'm
so.
going to do this amazing thing that I'm going to move just like
Yep.
5 feet to my left. There we
Okay.
go. And then I'll tell Ariel like move it back here so I can.
I won't hear
You
you.
don't see her. She's underwater.
I know she's around, so I'm just yelling,
Okay.
even if she doesn't hear whatever. Like I don't know, so I'm going to yell that.
It's how most men communicate to women. We don't listen to you anyways.
Yeah, that's true. Fair enough. Yeah. I mean, you're gonna die. I'm not. Okay.
She's
Uh,
drowning.
It says the
that's-
it says the guy that just got the crowd kicked out of him.
Yeah. That's pretty much the only thing I can do right now. So that's it.
All right. All right. So you move to the side. You
Yeah,
yell at them. Okay.
No, you took like 17 damage.
17 and 14. Yeah.
Oh.
Hmm.
All right.
Took an
Yep.
attack of
Yep.
opportunity on the way out.
And
Oh.
I'm very willing to destroy that creature because I'm enraged right now. So like you can see it on my face. I'm not.
Oh, you're gonna lose the rage though.
Mm-hmm.
It lasts 1 minute and we've done one round.
You have to take
so
damage
it's
or
like-
do damage. So you need to like hit yourself or anything else like that.
Punch
What?
Joseph
You
on the
can't-
face.
You can't you can't keep rage. I thought it was like 1 minute, regardless of.
I think it's fair that we have like 1 turn grace period. That's what I've been usually giving you. But yeah,
Okay.
that is a warning to consider.
Normally you have to. Okay, I'll ask Varen to slap my butt.
Okay, I'll do it.
It is counting as one of your attacks.
Let me know when
Stinky.
Let me know when it's Fentress's turn.
That's true. All right. Speaking of, it's Fentress's turn.
If I see Caradoc look towards, like, move over a little closer. Does it look like the sort of his normal primal fury is wearing off?
Down. Yeah, he's starting to calm down.
Okay. Fentress is gonna bite him.
Okay. Roll the attack.
Bite my ass.
You said that so terrible.
24.
Okay, hits.
And he's okay. So the damage is supposed to be 2d4 plus 6. Can I have him do just like a little nibble?
A little
Just
hey there.
little hey, what's up? Like a little unarmed attack to like a, you know what I mean?
Have unarmed attack.
Know what I'm going for? Can I do 1d4 instead of 2d4?
You could try and do a trip attack though, do like less damage and like could potentially knock him prone.
I don't want to knock. I can only do that after I attack him.
That's true.
I just want to do a little. All I'm saying is, can I roll less than the 2d4 plus 6?
If you punched him, yeah, you're getting him to bite him.
Well, it's not my turn. It's the wolf's turn. The wolf bit him.
For fun's sakes, I'm gonna say yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like it's hard because like there's such thing as non-lethal damage, which changes nothing about HP loss. It just means that like if he gets reduced to 0, he's not like fatal or like you know what I mean.
So can I roll less dice?
You roll 1 less dice.
Okay. Here you go. 7
and
damage.
It's still reduced by half.
Yeah, so it's.
Oh yeah. Okay. There you.
Yeah, that was one big reason why I was stubborn about it because I'm like, this is kind of breaking the rules.
You can't do anything else on this turn.
No.
Literally.
Okay. It is now the creature's turn that's holding Ariel.
That's holding fuck? What?
Hold.
How does one hold a concept?
It's holding Ariel.
Action, or a verb, or a noun, or an adjective,
Fuck is a lot of things.
or an adverb.
Alright, you see, everyone else sees its form just take a, like, dive, into the water as it goes to slam the captive, that it has in its grasp. It is a 19. I assume that hits, Ariel?
Lord Christ. I mean, would you believe me if I said no?
It does 11. It does 11 bludgeoning damage.
Oh.
It thinks that it's drowning you as well.
That's cute.
Which it moves you 5 feet further underwater. You're now just 10 feet. You're
Fucking
almost
idiot.
at the very base of the earth. You're like
Do you know what?
an inch or
Do you know
two
what
off.
this? Oh yeah, the fucking idiot. That's cute. I'm
But
so
it is
mad
your
right
turn
now.
now. It is your turn.
All right, I
see.
am going to cast Water Walk, which will move myself
Okay.
to the surface. Now I'm just trying to decide. I could either cast it on the creature, which would force it to the surface as well. But it's made of water. So I'm going to cast it on myself, so it will never be able to pull me underneath again. But if I do that, does it affect anybody else around me? Up to 10 willing creatures I can see within range gain this ability for the duration. Shit. So would that count for my team?
You choose. Yeah, it's your choice. So you can actually choose other things not to get it to. You know,
Okay,
part of
I'm gonna cast it so that none of my team can be pulled under the water.
Okay.
I'm gonna be forced at 60 feet per round to the surface. So I would assume this round I'd probably be to the surface.
Okay, it's gonna.
If I
Yeah, it's forcing it to, and it failed. It's forcing it to try and like struggle with a like severe up current, and it failed, holding you down. So you're surfaced now.
okay.
It's still holding you, like you still have like this weird water elemental holding around your waist, but
Yeah.
you're like on the surface.
So now my whole team and my raging Caradoc
Mm.
can
walk
run
on the
across the water
Yeah.
and not be pulled under
Oh,
at
yeah.
all for an hour.
Yeah, and that's your third
So-
level there.
Do we all just zip up like 1 foot and we're all like, whoa?
Yeah.
You're all on the surface now, yeah. Oh,
did I lose the voice? Okay, what did you say after that?
I don't think you lost the
No,
voice.
his ship probably caught up.
Yeah. What did you say? So you water walked, and like
I water walked.
it's pretty cool for everyone else other than you, because it's like the magic straining from you immediately, trying to like resist all this is just like a pretty forceful like resurgence up into the surface. Everyone else has like this really nice little like bubbly effect that like kind of like carries them like pillows up to the thing.
Like a little bloop.
Yeah, like you guys are like basically on an elevator, and then like once you get to the surface, you feel that like.
And I just got
movement.
whiplash.
Yeah.
So as a bonus action, I don't know if your thing cut out. As a bonus action, though, I'm gonna cast Flame Blade as well, so that I'm armed.
Okay. All right.
Can I attack with that?
If it's a spell,
No. Can I?
If it's enchanting something, you can't, because you used your action for the water walk.
Yeah, so I use the action, and then my bonus action, I now am armed. So I would be prepared for next.
As far as I'm aware,
Turn,
I'm just
right?
double checking,
Okay.
because some things sound like flame blade, and you're like, oh yeah, it makes your blade on fire, but then it's like actually like an attack. So just making sure.
Like this is just a magical thing that's just appeared in my hand. So I feel like I'm probably prepared for next.
Yeah,
round.
you just like created a fiery blade in your hand.
Cool.
And you can make a melee spell attack with the blade on your action. So yeah, this is a concentration.
Yeah.
So you lose your little bubble.
That seems fine.
But water walk, as far as I saw, isn't a concentration. So you guys are actually okay on that. Yeah, you're good. So you guys are now having water walk, and you have the flame blade in your hand. That's your concentration. So that's your turn.
Okay, I'm good with
and then
that.
you're still being held currently. But next action, you can choose whether or not to use flame blade as your action, or you can choose to cast a spell, or you can choose to break the grapple. Those are like options you got. The next turn, we're gonna go back to Varen.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna try to throw a little bit of fire at him.
Okay.
Instead of an arrow. Range spell attack. 22.
Hits.
Then that doesn't do a lot of damage. That does 2d8. Plus, do I add anything to the damage? No, it would tell me.
It says so.
Okay.
13. All right. When it hits,
Which I'm hoping
it
does something more than my arrow.
Yeah, it hits the face, and you can see like it start to singe, and the edges start steaming. At first, it doesn't look like it does much, but you see its form starts dripping, and dripping and dripping, and then eventually, Ariel, you kind of like slowly drop, so then you fall onto the surface because you had about like a foot of water lifting you. And you see just slowly it melt in midair back into the water, and it disappears.
Oh, man, I didn't think we were done. Okay.
I'm like, how do I talk about this not being effective, but killing it?
was it just really low?
Yeah, it was like.
Oh, okay. I was really not prepared for my fucking cantrip to be the final blow.
Just roll with it. Take all the credit.
You're welcome, guys.
Yeah, you tell them.
Because it's the same turn. You and it has the same initiative order. I'm gonna say that you spot it, but you see more movement in the distance.
Fuck off.
In the water?
Okay.
I'm essentially giving you a chance to be able to use your bonus action and shit.
Okay, yeah, so I want to use my bonus action to move the hunter's mark onto that guy. Fuck off.
Should probably get out of the water.
There was two of them the whole time. It was just...
Zenkor's like, hey, we should maybe get out of that water, huh? You know, be a real shame if some electricity was to get up in this.
Well, Ariel is no longer bound by anything.
Can I like book it to the shore?
On your turn.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I'll move out of the water. I'll go back. I'll step over here, which is probably in the circle.
No, you're
but
like you're in an awkward spot, but like you're just on the edge of the circle.
Okay, I just want to be out of the water.
Mm-hmm.
Or off of the water?
Yeah. You're out of it.
Yeah.
There's still like you're still on wet ground, but it's wet ground.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's everything. Because yeah, you can't use extra attack unless you attacked as an action. Alright, so it is now its turn.
Oh fuck.
And it's going to...
This is the second one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
It's determining between the two of you, and the roll goes to Caradoc. So it swims to you, and attempts to attack and pull you towards it. Which it rolls a 10, so I assume it misses. And that's its turn. So now it's Zenkor.
Never assume.
It's considered a large creature, so Zenkor, you're seeing like the same creature towering about 3 or 4 feet above you. This one being a little bit larger than the last.
Oof.
It's the mummy.
Yeah.
Some fucking cartography going on over here.
He is an expert at maps.
Alright, I'm gonna fix my positioning.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna... Yeah, okay, cool. And then I'm going to use my Ray of Frost again.
Ray of Frost, cool. Roll to hit. Let's see how we go.
Ah, fuck.
12?
12 hit.
No, unfortunately. Almost. You see it just like crest right above its head. You moved. Is there anything else you need to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna use my final 10 feet.
Okay. Be aware that you're starting to enter the circle, so you're leaving the fog here and stepping onto the open ground.
What circle? You gotta draw it for me.
Okay. Here. It's gonna be a super shitty circle.
Draw for me.
There's literally a circle tool.
No,
I think the
but it's
radius would be
like-
too big for that.
Yeah. I'd have to make a stupidly big one. And I'm just gonna do this color. There. See that? Everything that's the yellow here is circle.
It's beautiful.
So everything that's not yellow is in circle?
Yeah, so the ass crack of the diagram that I have here is land.
Right there is in the circle?
Yeah.
You want to be in this nice little
right
chode zone.
Yeah, yeah. You're literally in the circle by 5 feet.
No, but you said the yellow was the circle.
Okay, you get what I'm saying.
You being a fucking smartass right now?
No, I'm fixing this now. He's done this to himself.
Okay, if I would have known that that's where the circle was, then I would have just moved it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna do it with a different color to make it a little easier. And then that's your turn, so it's Caradoc.
Smack it.
Yo.
Alright.
A double attack.
Does it have an
Let's
ass?
go.
Okay, so you're doing
Cool,
attacks.
cool. I'm just making sure that I'm doing this correctly. Yes, okay, cool. First attack roll, which is a fantastic 8.
Misses.
At least just cutting 2 of its arms, which he doesn't have.
You just like you strike down.
Oh!
Ooh, natural 20 though. Okay. Roll that dice.
Okay, let me see the damage this time. Plus 6.
You double the dice roll?
Yeah, we're gonna
part?
double the dice. Yeah, just keep
Double
it
the
consistent.
dice. Yeah.
So whatever you normally roll, double the number of dice you're doing.
Double the number of dice?
Yeah, we're gonna do it the same
Not
way as
the
gentle.
bonus.
Because I've been doing like that kind of shit.
Yeah,
Like-
that's what I prefer. But would you rather be consistent to what we've been doing, or would you rather be consistent to all the games that we're doing, like me and Gentle are doing? That's up to you guys
I
right
don't
now.
know. It's whatever the hell you ask us to do.
Why are we double rolling dice?
Because
When you crit.
Yeah. The system that I'm used to is you do what Sean shows, where you roll your dice and then you take that number and you double it. But the most recent edition and the other D&D campaign that the group is playing, you now take the number of dice, so 2d4, and you do 4d4. Both of them have like numeric advantage and disadvantages, so it's really up to you guys to make a call.
It ends
now,
up
and
being
I'm
about
fine
the
with
same,
either. Yeah.
really. It's like there's literally no difference.
So
Yeah.
you guys,
Whatever you folks prefer.
I would say
do
I
not
like
have any-
Sean's way, just because we're digitally rolling dice. If we were like manually rolling dice, it's a lot more satisfactory to roll like
Makes
a million
sense, yeah.
die.
Hey, you got to turn on those 3D dice. Then it's actually.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna vote for double the number of dice. That's what my vote
Okay,
is.
so I've
Double
got a
the
number
number
of
of
dice and
dice.
a bonus. The bonus is not doubled, but the number
No.
of dice.
Is.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So
Let's
the number
see.
before the D gets doubled, and that's it.
That's okay.
A nice one. The
That's a bit of a disappointing crit,
Yeah,
but that's
a little
okay.
Yeah. 12 damage.
knowing
Okay.
that you can do up to 28 damage in one shot.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. All right. So yeah, the damage potential is the same. It's just how it gets calculated is different. So you'll have different times where this one is beneficial this time, but sometimes will be beneficial the other way. Because like if you rolled a 1 and a 1, then you'd only be doing 6 damage. But it's weird. Ah shit! Did I go quiet? Hello.
Hello.
Okay,
Yes, you're back.
All right.
Hello.
So Karadok, you did that second swing. You're still raging. Is there anything else you want to do? You're finding like
no, I think
a decent amount of resistance when you strike it because you're literally like striking water with a pointed blade.
okay.
But, yeah.
Because I attacked it, I'm going to move back 5 feet.
You're allowed to
be
move 5
even-
feet. Yeah.
Yeah, even better.
Mhm.
And I should not get any.
No, it has a 10-foot range.
When you make a melee attack against a creature, you don't provoke opportunity attacks from that creature for the rest of the turn, whether you hit or not. So it should
Oh,
be
you
able
have
to.
mobile?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's why he moves so
Yeah,
fast.
Nice. All right, perfect. So, and then also a heads up, Fenris is within its range now. So it can make an opportunity if Fenris moves. All right, so you're good. And even you wouldn't even have to worry about attack of opportunity, Karadok, because it has a 10-foot range. Next
okay, got it.
is Fenris, actually.
I'm feeling like Zenkor is getting ready to do some shit. I feel like he's poised himself in his like spellcasting range.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Mm,
Not that I'm trying to stay out of the giant monster's range so I don't get one shot.
I can't
I'm
click
doing
Fenris.
it right now. I'm doing it right now.
Okay. I think I'm gonna just have him. Since we're all water walking, I'm gonna have him walk up to the thing and bite it.
Okay.
So he's gonna. Oh, weird. He's 2. Whoa, weird. He looks really weird, all squished.
I know. That's why I had him
what
big
the
before.
Yeah, he's gonna walk up and bite it.
Okay. Roll the attack.
Bum, bum.
Holy
Oh, and Caradoc moved away, so he doesn't get advantage. Thanks, Caradoc.
My pleasure.
10 does not hit. Alright. That's its turn?
Mhm.
Alright, so we're gonna go to the dead water elemental's attack, and it's dead, and now it's Ariel's. Let's see what she does. What's she doing?
Alright, I've got my flame blade.
Okay. Moving across water no longer takes swim speed. Now you can walk as well.
Yeah.
I know it's pretty obvious now, but I wanted to reiterate.
You're moving my character, aren't you?
Oh, I can change that. No, you can.
Oh, there we go. No, yeah, we figured it out. Don't worry, I'm just special. And then I'm gonna attack it with my flame blade.
Okay, roll to attack. So you're gonna roll, and then you're gonna add your spell attack modifier.
So 3d6?
No, it's 1d20 to see if you hit, plus your spell attack modifier.
Okay, so that's... Okay.
That should be at the top of your like spell page area.
At the top? Oh, modifier.
Yeah, it'd be like a
3.
spell attack bonus or.
Oh, okay, so right. +3 and +6.
Okay.
That makes sense. Because the spell attack is +6 and my modifier is +3.
Okay, so your spell attack, if it's +6, that's what you're using.
Okay.
Yeah. So whenever you make any attacks with magic that like might hit and might miss, you're gonna be adding 6 to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what am I typing in?
So you're rolling d20 +6. This is an attempt to see if you hit with it, because you can miss. 22, you hit. You cleave right through it. So now we can roll that damage that it says, which I think you said is
that's the first thing I said, right?
Yeah.
3d6.
Yeah.
I'm learning, guys.
Learning can be fun.
8 damage. All right.
Oh. It fucking sucks.
So
I love how everyone's like, "Yay, dice!" Oh, never mind.
So Caradoc swings and starts running away, and as he runs back, you see Ariel just run across the water now with her super stylish spell, and just brings up her flame blade and cuts through the side of its form. The steam also hisses once again when it makes contact. It doesn't seem to find like full purchase on it though. Like you can't really penetrate too far with it. But it does do damage. It is now Varen's turn.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna shoot it with the bow.
Okay. Normal or?
Yeah, just normal.
Okay.
Bow. 26.
Definitely hits. Yep.
And he's hunter's marked, so there's some damage. 13.
What's the hunter mark's damage?
The 1d6.
Yeah, but what is it called? Like, remember it does specific type of damage? Did you write that down? I'm checking right now.
Hunter's mark. You deal an extra 1d6 damage whenever you hit the target. So I assume it's just the same damage as my.
Okay.
It's piercing.
Yeah.
So Fenthras is gonna use his reaction to attack because he saw me attack. He's gonna and Ariel's there, so he gets advantage. 21. He's gonna bite it. 10 damage.
Okay. Alright.
What does this creature look like again?
What's that?
What does the creature look like again?
It's a large, almost like a serpentine mix
like a
of
Chinese
like a
dragon?
fish and a Chinese dragon. It's a little bit more fish-like than a Chinese dragon, and then it has like 2 tendrils, like mustaches, like the Chinese dragons have. But it's all made of water.
Mustache.
Some parts of it being shadowed by like how thick the water is, and other parts being a bit light.
All right, I'm drawing it.
Okay, it is now your turn. Just ended, so it's its turn, and it is going to attempt to drag Caradoc back in.
Haha, little does it know.
No.
19.
It can't drag you underwater.
So 19 hits.
Yay.
12 bludgeoning damage, which is probably halved due to rage.
So 6, yeah.
And it moves you 5 feet forward. Dragging
Forward?
Dragging
Oh,
along.
wow.
Yeah, dragging along the water. Oh, no, wait. Make a athletic check. I apologize.
Okay.
You may still be able to avoid that part.
I may avoid.
22, you definitely did. Like once it slams your waist and it tries to reach around, you just like quickly like grab the current and you just like break it apart and just like slam through it like a friggin' sprinkler in summertime.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Next turn, actually. Yeah, if it moves anywhere, it's gonna try and move here. And then, yeah, that's its turn. Okay, so it is now Zenkor.
Okay, I'm gonna do magic missile on him.
Okay. And just technically it is really supposed to be like this. Thinking about it. Magic missile, let's go. 8 damage. Alright. This is force damage. Cool. And yeah, it just like when the bolts hit the form, it just like pelts bullet holes right through the water. The water like sprays out and you hear it like go as like bits of the water fall scattered back into the water. It seems to do pretty well. It doesn't seem to have that deafening effect that a lot of the other attacks have been having. Caradox, turn unless you're moving. Are you moving or doing anything else? No, Zenkor, sorry. Zenkor, are you doing anything else?
Oh,
No, I'm just holding steady.
Cool. Caradox, turn.
okay, let me slap that bitch. Sorry, I meant attack the creature.
Okay. Gracefully attack that creature.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Nice. Oh my god, so great. Wow.
It doesn't seem to
Such
hit.
fantastic rolls.
The second one does.
Yay.
So let's
okay.
calculate that damage.
Fucking
9?
9.
Okay. Alright. Once
Wait.
Ooh.
No, that can't be +6. Wait, there's something wrong here. No,
Are
it
you
is +6.
calculating rage damage?
Yeah, it's +4 +2.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay. I think. Wait. Why am I confused? Because when I rolled the damage earlier,
You're confused.
it was 7 and 1. Oh, it was 12. Okay, yeah, no, got it. Cool.
All right. Oh, you didn't calculate +2 to your critical strike. You see that? That's why. That's another thing.
My critical.
So if you
strike-
scroll up, you
I
did
forgot.
2d12
Yeah,
plus
it was
4.
14 damage. You're
Yeah.
right.
And then the other thing is, do you have brutal critical? No, brutal critical is a berserker thing, I think. I don't think you have.
It doesn't ring a bell.
Okay. Next will, unless you're moving, are you doing anything else with your turn?
No, I'm going to stay here because it looks like I've got a good grab.
Okay, cool. Will be Fenris's turn then.
Cool.
It seems weathered, but it's still ferocious and huge. Did he say things?
Is it like on top of Caradoc right now?
No. It's just like towering above him.
Okay, is it supposed to be a 2x2?
Yes, because it's considered large. I didn't do that before.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Whatever. I'm gonna bite. 2d20, 19.
Okay, yeah, it hits. Yeah, it's like 8 or 9 feet off the water.
Okay. Damage.
All right.
Okay.
And
then I want
a standard arrow, I assume.
That's a dog.
Oh, it is a dog. So that's the fur arrow.
That's that's
Okay.
What's a bite? Piercing.
Yeah.
Then I want to tackle.
Okay, cool.
So
You're
go
gonna
ahead and
use
make
an
a
aspect
strength
to
saving
wound?
throw.
All right.
Yeah, I'm using a point.
It is immune. I don't know why I rolled, but it is immune to prone. Because it can't fall. It's just like it's connected to the water source itself.
Damn it. Can he be like? Nah, he can't. Never mind. Whatever. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm done.
It actually says under condition immunities prone. It is Ariel's turn.
All right, I'm gonna hold on.
Hold on. Okay.
I was gonna do something.
Mm-hmm.
Varen,
Mm-hmm.
are you not using flame arrows because you don't have a lot of them?
What?
Do you not have flame arrows?
No.
Are you close to me?
I'm 15 feet away.
Hold on, what's the thing? I have to touch you. I have to come and touch you. Hold on.
But where?
How's it going, baby?
Technically, it's your choice.
Found chicken.
I'm gonna touch you,
Ooh.
and I'm going to cast flame arrows. So all of your arrows will be flame, and they have a 1d6 effect as well.
Okay, that's weird and cool.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that, and then like that's essentially.
That is concentration, though, so you'll lose your blade in your hand.
I'm gonna lose my what? My blade?
You would lose
Yeah.
your blade.
Because both of those are concentration spells.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna let Varen get hit for once. So
Okay. Just
and I'm gonna be like, look at this. This is for you. I'm the fuck out of here. Like, I suddenly don't like water right now.
what was the other thing I was gonna say? Is that your last third level spell? Because you've casted 2 now.
I marked them out. Hold on.
Okay.
Yes, so it's my last third level, but I have
Alright.
3 first and 2 seconds still.
Cool. Alright, so that's your turn. Now Varen has fire arrows, and I'm gonna mark it in so you feel cool. Is there a fire effect? Let's see.
Fire icon.
I don't know if there is.
No.
So you.
Oh yeah, kinda. Here you go.
You'll gain an extra 1d6 of fire damage on top of your regular damage.
Cool.
Okay.
And that can apply to your magic arrows. Alright, so
Okay.
that's your turn, Ariel?
Huh?
Is that your turn?
Yeah, it's my turn. I can't do anything else after that.
You
I
can
don't have
still
any more
move.
bonus action.
You have some of your movement left.
Do I? So I touch Varen,
Mm-hmm.
and then I
You move 10 feet.
will just move.
Just, yeah.
Is
So
that good?
the choice is you can move there, and then it can't attack you unless it follows you, but it will try and attack you as you retreat, because you leave its range. So that's what I'm saying. You
fine.
can... Okay, so it's going to try
If you-
it.
Varen's in the way, so you know.
10.
Oh, no, it's going to attack you.
Yeah, it
right
tried
now.
to. Yeah, it tried to grab you, and it just completely hits the water beside you. So you run, and as you're running past Varen, you grab his arm, and you feel that feeling when you get close to a campfire and you're really cold on your arm, Varen, and it just like slowly spreads through your arm. And Ariel, you see like bludgeonous force of water just impact into the ground beside you like a tree stump, and you just keep running.
Water, I'm out.
Alright, it's Varen's turn now. Perfect timing.
Okay. I'm gonna... since I got these fancy arrows, and you said I can do the super fancy arrows, I'm now gonna pull out... I'm gonna use an Eldham, the magic whatever bullshit arrow.
Okay.
Is it on fire?
They're not bullshit. They're magic.
Yeah, you can use flaming arrows on that.
Yes.
So it
Okay.
is flaming.
I'm gonna do that.
You pull out the arrow and it's like, hey there. 100%.
Oh fuck yes. Oh fuck yes.
Oh shit. Okay, roll that shit.
Oh my god, this is gonna
Watch
be
those
so much
dice.
damage.
Watch those die.
Oh my god. Okay, let me craft this roll here.
Make it beautiful.
Oh god. So I.
1 second, I think I cut out.
Oh my god.
Back. That's a tent.
I double even the fire arrow damage?
Yeah. It's
The fire arrow dice, I mean?
Dice, yeah.
Double everything.
Okay, come on. Oh yeah, that's 39 damage.
Alright.
That's yeah, whatever. That's 30. I don't care.
Complicated as fuck. Okay, so
that's
here.
a lot of shit going on.
So the 2d8 is the arrow.
2d8 is the arrow. 2d6 is a hunter's mark. 2d6 is fire.
Okay.
So it's 10 fire.
I'm mad.
And then 10 fire, and then 29 magic damage.
Okay. It still is enough. Alright, I had to calculate like different damage types. Alright, yeah, so Ariel, as you run and the water like impacts the ground and you see it just fly everywhere and it gets splashed onto the right side of you as you run away. Varen, you just like pull out your magic arrow and shoot, and as it like impacts the water elemental, it like bursts slightly and it just like starts fizzling and just slowly turning to steam. And it just screams before like the rest of it just breaks apart and all the water droplets just like evaporate immediately. And
In my head, that was a very anime moment.
it was pretty anime.
That was freaking gorgeous.
Replayed 3 times. That's how anime it was.
It was just the drawing of the arrow that was 3 times.
I have the power of God and anime on my side! Ah!
With the fire arrows, that was the thing that did the killing blow too. The rest,
Yeah, that was pretty good. I was really hoping that was going to be a fucking crit, because I was like, oh man, I want to roll those dice.
Alright, as far as you guys are aware, there's nothing else in that water. But it's a bit tight.
How does flame arrows work? How does flame arrow... So flame arrow's really weird. Because it can only affect up to 12 pieces in total, so I guess it would just be like the next 12 things that I pull out of the quiver.
Pretty much. Wait, hold on.
Calvin?
What's the length of
I'd
it? Hold on.
assume so. Yeah, or the length of time.
1 hour duration.
It's an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they would go out after that. But like the quiver's weird because it has like infinite ammo.
Yeah. So it just like, I would assume that it's like a lasting aura on you.
Yeah, it's like when I pull out the arrow, it lights up or
You feel
something.
the warmth of the spell like in your arm.
Weird. Cool, but weird.
Alright. So you guys are now soundless and sitting in the stream. Well,
Alright,
some
let's
of you
keep
are
moving.
staying on the stream.
Jesus.
Yeah, we don't really have an option here. We
Did I cut it again?
Let's try to find
Now
a
I-
path that isn't water.
Alright,
Yeah,
so
I'm
you're
not sure,
about halfway through the circle, like alongside it. There is a very thin path that isn't fog on your left and isn't water on your right, but it is incredibly difficult to see where you are or what's going on. Like,
Can I try
ridiculously thick fog here?
Can I try using like produce flame or something to see if that can like repel some of the fog or light it up a little better or something?
Yeah.
Just basically holding a torch.
I still have a spell slot left for create or destroy water, but it's only good for 30 feet, and I can dispel fog. But only 30 feet.
You burnt a lot of spell slots. You can relax. We're gonna be okay.
Yeah, I guess I have.
Because that only like 30 feet of fog is like cool for the next 30 feet, but then that doesn't really help us after that. Can anyone press to digify or something? Or no, that probably can't move.
Work on the fog. It would completely negate Ariel's ability.
I mean, I might be able to use.
He can clean the mud and the water off of all you guys.
Well, prestidigitation does stuff other than just cleaning things. Like it can do a little.
It can stop him from getting wet, like to some degree. Like if he jumps into the water and has that on, it's not gonna really work. But there's like a limit to it.
What's the spell I'm thinking of? That's like is it Druidcraft? I'm thinking of.
Well, minor illusion, you can create like wind or something.
Hold on, I'll go in my spell book. I've already prepared spells though for the day. I haven't.
I mean, I can just keep shooting fire bolts in front of us.
As your cantrip?
Yeah.
That sounds
that's sort of what I'm trying to. That's sort of what I'm trying to test. Like, if I'm just kind of like, if I just got some fire out, does that seem like it helps illuminate at all?
Because like, what's the worst that could happen? Like, if I just look forward and then just shoot out a firebolt, like, what's the worst that could happen?
I don't know.
You shoot something that we really don't want to fight, probably.
Kelvin just laughed a little bit menacingly there.
It's only 120 feet forward, so...
He's just like, do it.
Everything's like super damp, so I won't be lighting any fires.
I'm kind of like, do it.
Oh no, he hit the...
I'm just gonna launch a firebolt forward down the path and see what happens.
Okay. It's very thin. It's like one of those like small fireworks when they go up but haven't lit yet. It isn't so much of a jet of flame until it makes impact, and you see it just like barrel down, and the fog kind of like wisps around it for a moment, and it just like continues on forward with little bits of smoke mixed in with the fog. And it continues.
Okay, that didn't help. Let's do a ray of frost instead.
Okay.
Unless, if we keep watching it, does anything happen?
Not too much, no. It seems to almost get worse.
Okay, let's try a ray of frost.
You just said that.
Yeah.
Okay, it seems to be getting worse.
Oh.
You're like just freezing more moisture into the air.
Okay. How about I cast my magic hand and have it wave really fast back and forth at the fan?
No.
What do you mean no? You can say no.
Okay, you cast it, and you it has limitations on how fast it moves. You can't just have it rotate like a blade super fast so that it just can cut through anything.
No, it's not that fast.
I'm gonna get on a boat and I'm gonna use the mage hand as a propeller.
I'm gonna shoot mage hand forward at 6 times the speed of light.
It's like normal human speed.
Yeah, so you're using it at normal human speed, and the fog parts like near your head, 5 feet in front of you.
Okay, there you go. Yeah. Now I can see 5 feet in front of me.
You can't see the ground still.
Yeah, but I can see my head.
Okay, there you go. So you have this little hand moving back and forth. I think it's invisible too, so you just see this like fog move weirdly around your face.
Okay, what if I take out one of my torches and light it?
Hey, we have those things.
The way that it bounces off the fog is really awkward, and it doesn't necessarily help you. When you get close to the ground and you keep it there for a little bit, it does clear out some of the fog. So, like, if you were to inspect something, then it seems to work out really nicely. But, if you're, like, walking and you're trying to see, like, long distances, it's going to be a bit tricky.
That way we can kind of see a little bit.
Okay. So are you guys pressing forward? Are you trying to stick
Yeah.
between the two paths?
We're going.
Keep on marching on.
I think we're gonna try to like skirt around the outside of this circle and like continue the same direction that we were going before.
Okay.
I'm gonna proceed and not acknowledge whatever just happened there.
Alright. I'm gonna need you guys all to make perception rolls.
Ah, shit. Dilly dilly.
Calvin, you're determined to kill us.
Perception. 21.
17. 1738.
Ow.
Alright.
Oh wow.
I'm a little bit shooken up from my conflict with water there.
Your conflict with water? I thought it was not conflict.
I'm
I thought
emotionally
it was your
unstable.
element.
It was
Not a
quite
What did
conflict.
Karadok roll, though? He didn't roll.
Hey, you just rolled clap clap, idiot.
Perfect.
I'm assuming he rolled a 1.
You
Okay,
didn't,
so
you didn't see my 2 invalid comments right above, so
I'm going
No,
to...
you just said clap clap.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume this is like to see how you guys navigate. It takes a little bit longer, but you guys continue forward. And Missy, you're having a bit of trouble, and it takes a lot longer than you guys would have liked, but you eventually get to the other side. And you find a path once you follow the circle, and you find a little lip that goes into the path slightly of clearing fog. And you are now on the path on the other side, and as you turn around, you can see in the distance where the path that you guys started from was.
So we're in the circle now?
No, you're on the other side of the path. So you just like went around and you're on the other side.
Okay, so we found like the continuation of our path.
Yep.
Okay, sweet.
Thank God.
Yeah, you're on the path.
Time of day? What is it?
You have no idea. It was super stormy. I mean, like
It's probably
you
still
could make a
pre-noon.
survival
We
check. Yeah, it's been like been a busy morning, but you have a gauge that you're like you still have the majority of your day.
Alright, so I guess we're just trucking on, right?
Yep, you just gotta keep on keeping on.
Okay. You guys continue on, and you see that once you go forward a little while that it turns to a sharp left, and alongside the right of you, you see the creek kind of branch off, and it gets smaller on each side. So now it's a bit like you can just barely see the other side of the creek as you guys are walking along the path. And I think we're going to end it there.
Ooh.
Actually, fuck it. You know what? I'm going to have you guys roll stealth checks.
Fuck.
man.
He wants
No.
to end it just on like a really fucked up.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
Oh!
Oh no, that's fine.
That's up there, and we might be okay.
17, nice.
1738.
Rob, you rolled a 9?
Yep.
Okay. I need Caradox rolls.
What about the wolf?
I can do the
rolling
wolf.
what? Sorry?
You're rolling a stealth.
Stealth?
Yeah.
Stealthy
Pretty
AF.
stealth. We're pretty
Stealth
fucking
AF.
Oh my. Oh, we're stealth AF. Yeah,
Except for Zenkor.
Yeah,
So-
that's me.
Oh, Zenkor is a piece of shit. Yeah.
Next.
Says the Frenchman.
Wait, what does that mean?
You know what that
What do you
means.
mean? What does that mean? You know damn well what it
It's going
means.
down.
Sorry, I'm too dumb.
You fucking frog.
No, it's not frog.
Quiero,
It's froggy.
quiero.
First, know your insults. Okay, it's froggies.
Sorry, should I get you a white flag?
Okay. I need you guys to also make a perception, and then we'll end it at that.
God damn it.
There's no
Jesus
advantage
Christ.
or disadvantage.
Oh, for fuck.
That one.
You
I'm
stealth
very
nothing. You
perceptive. Oh my
nothing.
god. Like Zenkor is a piece of shit.
Zenkor,
I'm
what
just
the
saying.
fuck?
What is
Are
going on?
you falling asleep as we walk?
Oh,
I think so.
apparently.
All this water feels so nice.
Oh no, I tripped.
He's pretty warm with all the magic and shit going down. Okay, and then the last thing that we're going to do.
All this lazy idiot.
And he launched an errant firebolt.
Calvin, are you trying to kill off Zenkor?
Oh, he doesn't need to try.
Yeah.
Zenkor will take care of that all himself.
Okay, based off of what you guys got, Varen and Caradoc, you see... Actually, Ariel, you see 3 figures, like the shadows that you guys saw before, walking in the far distance.
Are they casually walking? Are they?
They're casually walking along the, like, parallel to you on the other side of the creek.
Oh, they're super
Does it look like they're struggling?
No.
So they know the area.
Varen and Caradoc, you see 4, not 3.
I see 4
Zenkor
shapes.
sees nothing. But the
Sees
path
dick
ahead
butt
of him.
kiss.
You can see the stream and everything still, but it's all like dark shit and dreary and rain everywhere. As far as them, Varen and Caradoc, you notice that they move and face your way momentarily. And we're gonna end it at that.
Oh no.
Great.
Is Zenkor gonna have to murder people again?
Hi, we're with the Addisons.
One of them races off, but the other one seemed to not be moving, just like looking out. And that's how we'll end it.
Fuck.
Looks like Zenkor's gonna have to murder somebody again.
He's gotta do a lot of things. Now, once he finds out that there's things to murder.
Don't worry, I can make some poison and we can poison tip some of Varen's arrows and then he can just shoot them.
But just like 2 of them or something.
Yeah, super.
Well, you
stealth.
still have the. It hasn't been an hour yet, right?
Yeah, they're still on fire, yeah.
Uh-oh. Can we dip them in the water first?
Why?
Dip them in poison?
What? Fire poison. I feel like you're not seeing the big picture.
Yeah, but they'll see it coming. Do you see that strange glow heading straight towards us?
Do you know how fast arrows travel?
Yeah, do you know how fast the human eye
his
can
sense
see?
of speed is kind of thwarted right now ever since his mage hand. Ever since his mage hand traveled around the earth so many times he turned back time.
Call him Superman. I'll save you yet, Lois.
Alright guys, I gotta head out. So you guys passed this area.
Head back out and hang out with my family for a few more minutes before they go to bed.
Enjoy your birthday.
Thank
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Good night, everyone.
Peace.
Good
Good
night.
night to you too.
Thanks.
I have to finish Varen